Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call
Ghost.
And thank you for tuning in with me. I'm sorry, folks. I don't sound jovial this Baller Friday because, as I've been complaining every time I start this broadcast, I never have enough time to do jack. So, not to mention, I'm very disheartened by all the stupid traitors that are out here betraying our President of the United States as if you folks didn't even listen to what I said yesterday on yesterday's broadcast. So, with that being said, I'm a little upset and I'm a little angry. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get to finish my goddamn lunch. And I haven't had a decent lunch in I guess a year. I just don't have time to do jack, and it's getting to me. All right, I'm gonna be honest, it's getting me a little bit. And if you want my personal opinion, I just don't think too many people have any goddamn appreciation around here. Anyway, folks, now that I've gotten that all out of my chest, my apologies. It's just time is not on my goddamn side. No, it ain't. Anyway, folks, thank you for tuning in with me on this Baller Friday. This is episode number 487. Number 487 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And, of course, we're live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And if you have not done so, please go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Gab. Gab, of course, is the Twitter alternative, just in case the Twitter police come and take us down. You can get to Gab by typing in your browser gab.ai. And, of course, I am on both of those social media networks under the name Politics Ghost. All right? Anyway, sorry if I sound a little bummed, folks. I'm just, I just never have enough time. I don't have time. I don't have time! And it's getting to me just a tad bit, you know what I'm saying? And on top of which, folks, everybody knows tomorrow I do the Saturday Night Troll Show, all right, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I mean, just imagine how that son of a bitch is compared to this show. It's all trolls. So anyway, with that being said, folks, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Look, before I get into the markets, I do want to say I am sincerely disappointed in all of you coming out of the social justice warrior closet jerk dicks that are out here betraying the president. All right? I'm just saying, I am really ashamed that you folks out here are turning your backs on Donald Trump, and you should be ashamed of yourselves, but you're not. You're not. You're all throughout the campaign, all throughout the beginning of the presidency, everybody's on the Trump train until what? Until what? The president is doing something that's far beyond your foreign policy pay grade? Folks, I explained what Trump is doing in explicit detail yesterday. I explained, and before all this happened, mind you, so I just would like to also say the prognosticator strikes again. But folks, I said that what Donald Trump is going to do is he is going to act because Donald Trump has taken control of the globalist order. That's why you have everybody, every leader trying to have a meeting with this man. What Donald Trump has done has turned him into one of these unpredictable foreign policy type presidents, which inevitably restructures the global order, which is completely discombobulated at this point in time. Now, I want to remind everybody that yesterday I talked about they're either going to hit up Syria that evening, yesterday evening, or North Korea. I thought it would be North Korea, given the fact that you had Donald Trump talking to the president firsthand of China, trying to negotiate something, implement the art of the deal. Well, we hit up Syria yesterday. We're going to talk about that here in a second hour, but I'd like to look right now just out of one of these news organizations, and somebody in the inner circle, thank you very much, Marcus, for posting it. Here it is right here. National Security Council has presented Trump with the options on how the U.S. could respond to North Korea's nuclear weapons program. I mean, give me a break. Didn't I just say all this was going to happen yesterday? And I said, look, I don't want to get into it, folks. If you didn't listen to it, well, this is why you need to listen to this broadcast every day. I don't just come up here for my health. All right, I'm trying to spread the truth, the information, and that's all there is to it, all right? And listen, everything that I said yesterday that was going to happen foreign policy-wise is happening. It's happening right now. I mean, the prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again, and 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 again. And you see, that's why I'm a little upset every time I start the broadcast, because it's like, who's listening? Who's really listening, for Christ's sake? Honestly, listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you, all right? I was upset at everyone who turned their back on the president last night. Everybody who turned their back on the president last night. And you know what? I said this yesterday, that this is beyond the pay grade of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack. And the reason, to be honest with you, Trump had to respond to the Syrian situation was because the fake Syrian gas or chemical attack was pumped and dumped by the lamestream media. So the president just took this and basically threw it on their heads. Now, look, I'll talk about this in the second hour. All I'm simply stating is this, all right? You people that are, turning your backs on Donald Trump, you're no different than a bunch of social justice warrior leftist pieces of unloyal trash. And you see, this is why America hasn't gone anywhere, because everybody is all about themselves. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Me, my, I. Hey, assholes, you self-centered pricks. This is about making America great again. So when you're trying to make America great again, it's not all about you. All right? It's not all about you. It's not all about what you think. I mean, give me a break. Me, I don't think, I don't know, I don't know, me, I. I mean, I'm just amazed, but once again, I'm not. I mean, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Did y'all hear me yesterday when I was talking about this? And I was saying maybe we do need a war because people are just such a bunch of unappreciative pieces of crap. We got 7.5 billion unappreciative assholes that are walking the face of the planet that believe that they all are supposed to be fed, housed, clothed, all this crap. I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, and listen, Trump does something that's far beyond the comprehension of people's understanding of foreign policy. All right? And all of a sudden, Trump's the bad guy. He's evil. I mean, man, this just goes to show you. All of you that are watching this is humanity right here for you, folks. You see this? This is what political science is all about. This is Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack just inflaming their senses because, I don't like it. Me, my, I, nah. Even though, look, I don't want to get in this tirade. I got to go ahead and talk a little bit about, I need to talk a little bit about goddamn the cryptocurrencies, the market, all that stuff. All right? Now, let's get to the cryptocurrency markets, folks. We did see the dollar decrease slightly today, and it's somewhat mixed bag here in the cryptocurrency markets. You're starting to see some green out here, and we're going to go over that right now. Let's go ahead and get to the mineable cryptocurrencies. That's what we cover here, folks, mineable cryptocurrencies, because I want folks to be aware that you can mine these goddamn cryptocurrencies if you want to make that play. You can trade for these cryptocurrencies, or you can buy them yourself. Now, I don't care what direction you go as far as investing in a cryptocurrency. I just advise you to do it. I mean, even if you're just hoarding it, even if you're just like, look, I just want to buy like a couple of thousand, Litecoin, Dash, Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever you want, and then just hold it for a year. You will be surprised on the return on investment. All right, you'll be surprised. But, for those that want to get a little bit more bang for your buck, I strongly advise you folks to start trading. And we're going to get into the extensive details of trading here in the next week or so. Or you can mine these things, and we talked about it. You could buy pieces of hardware, GPUs, or there's actual hardware that's specifically designed to mine. I think Antminer is one that comes to mind that's more popular out here. But you're still going to drop about $1,500. The low-end Antminer, I think you can get used on the market on eBay or something for about $900 and change. I suggest to everybody, man, once again, mine in the cloud. Mine in the cloud, it's cheaper. You get 2-year mining contracts, and that's what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I'm re-upping what I'm doing now. So let's go ahead and just retweet that here just for a second. And even if you're not doing this, acquire it. Just acquire a cryptocurrency. That's all you have to do. Just acquire it. Put it in a damn digital wallet and keep it there. That's all I'm asking you to do. Hoard it. Hoard it. When cryptocurrency becomes a global phenomenon, and it's starting to take off as one, people are going to hoard it because that's what money is. Remember? They're going to have a savings. They're going to have a savings account as it pertains to cryptocurrency. There's going to be a lot of hoarding going on. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the cryptocurrency markets, folks, okay? Let's get to Bitcoin, which is right now 69% of the current cryptocurrency market. That's Bitcoin's dominance. And it's shrinking, folks, as more and more people are becoming aware of the flexibility of the fast, rapid blockchain. That whole technicality. I don't want to give people all this jargon to discombobulate them. Anyway, there's a lot of flexibility in other cryptocurrencies, and that's what's making the Bitcoin dominance shrink. But for the time being, Bitcoin is gold right now in cryptocurrency, so let's go ahead and cover it. Symbol BTC. Current market capitalization for Bitcoin is at $19.2 billion. Current circulating supply is 16.2 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has gone up modestly, 0.25%. Current price for Bitcoin, symbol BTC, current price $1,183.83. $1,183.83 per Bitcoin. Let's get to Ethereum. Ethereum, ETH. Current market capitalization for Ethereum is $3.8 billion. Current circulating supply for Ethereum is 90.5 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 0.63%. Current price for Ethereum, symbol ETH, current price $42.07 per Ethereum cryptocurrency. Litecoin, folks, we've been seeing Litecoin go up the roof. It is finally starting to cool off, to say the least. It's pulling back. Once it hit that $10 mark, it pulled back. Litecoin, symbol LTC, current market capitalization for Litecoin is $484 million. Current circulating supply for Litecoin is 50.5 million Litecoin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Litecoin has gone down 4.82% decrease in the past 24 hours. Current price for Litecoin, symbol LTC, current price $9.59 per Litecoin. Let's get to Dash, folks. Dash, symbol DASH, Dash. Current market capitalization for Dash Coin is $470 million. The current circulating supply for Dash Coin is 7.2 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Dash Coin has gone down 0.35%. Current price for Dash Coin, symbol DASH, current price $65.08 per Dash Coin. Let's get to the Monero. Monero, symbol XMR. The current market capitalization for Monero is $276 million. The current circulating supply for Monero is 14.2 million in circulation. The past 24 hours, the Monero has gone up 2.81%. Current price for the Monero, symbol XMR, current price $19.36 per Monero cryptocurrency. We've got Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, symbol ETH. Current market capitalization for Ethereum Classic is $235 million. The current circulating supply for Ethereum Classic is 90.4 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum Classic has gone up 1.40%. Current price for Ethereum Classic, symbol ETC, current price $2.60 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. Let's get to Zcash. Zcash, symbol ZEC. The current market capitalization for Zcash is $60 million. And the current circulating supply of Zcash is at about 1,036,000 in circulation. So it's just over that $1 million point, or million circulation point, excuse me. In the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone up 6.06% increase. Current price for Zcash, symbol ZEC, current price $58.13 per Zcash cryptocurrency. Let's get to Decred. Decred has taken some pullback in the past couple of days. Decred, symbol DCR. The current market capitalization for Decred is $43 million. The current circulating supply for Decred is 4.6 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Decred has gone down 4.87% decrease. Current price for Decred, symbol DCR, current price $9.22 per Decred cryptocurrency. Now let's talk about BitConnect, folks, because I've been talking about how BitConnect is just a steady flow chart upward. Very interesting chart on this. I deem it a safe haven for folks. I mean, I'm just basing that on how the charts look. That's what I'm saying. I think that this is where folks that are cashing in on some of this high volatility in the cryptocurrency markets, they're taking their volatility and putting in some kind of safe haven within the cryptocurrency realm. And it seems as if, just based on the chart, BitConnect seems to be that at this point in time. Symbol on BitConnect is BCC. Current market capitalization for BitConnect is $32.6 million. $32.6 million market capitalization. We've got current circulation of BitConnect is almost 6 million in circulation. Almost 6 million. In the past 24 hours, BitConnect has gone up 5.82% increase on the day. Current price for BitConnect, symbol BCC, current price $5.48 per BitConnect cryptocurrency. The next one is CreditBit. We talked about this yesterday because it was increasing about 20-something%. Folks, it is continuing that trend. So, you heard me yesterday, folks, cover CreditBit, and you're like, whoa, what the hell is this? If you would have just eyeballed that on the radar, you would have potentially got some profit even after I announced it yesterday. So let's go ahead and get to CreditBit. The symbol on CreditBit is CRBIT. CRBIT. Current market capitalization for CreditBit is $15.2 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 12.5 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, CreditBit has gone up 36.39%. Or excuse me, 36.93%. 36.93% a 24-hour period. Yesterday was at about 20-something%, if I recollect it correctly. It was the first time I had covered CreditBit because it's on the radar. That's why I'm covering it. All right? 36.93 increase in a 24-hour period. The current price for CreditBit, symbol CRBIT, current price $1.21 per CreditBit. So once again, these low, small cap type cryptocurrencies seem to be a safe haven, in my view, just based upon covering these, man. Now let's get to Zcoin. We saw a little bit of an increase yesterday in Zcoin. I'm seeing there's a little bit of a pullback. Let's go ahead and get to it. Zcoin, symbol XZC. The current market capitalization for Zcoin is $11.1 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Zcoin is 1.8 million in circulation. Past 24 hours, Zcoin has gone down 2.47%. The current price to Zcoin, symbol XZC, current price $6.07 per Zcoin. Let's get to Bitcoin Dark. Bitcoin Dark has been seeing some increases. It's starting to also see its pullbacks today. Bitcoin Dark, symbol BTCD. BTCD. The current market capitalization for Bitcoin Dark is a little over $10 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 1.2 million Bitcoin Dark in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Dark has gone down 2.99%. Current price for Bitcoin Dark, symbol BTCD, current price $7.82 per Bitcoin Dark. Let's go ahead and get to Novacoin. Novacoin is symbol NVC. Current market capitalization for Novacoin is $4.3 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Novacoin is about almost 1.7 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Novacoin has gone down 1.33%. Novacoin's current price, symbol NVC, current price $2.58 per Novacoin. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and get to Z Classic here. Z Classic, symbol ZCL. The current market capitalization for Z Classic is $2.4 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Z Classic is 829,213 in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Z Classic has gone up 0.58%. Current price for Z Classic, symbol ZCL, current price $2.94. And we're going to go ahead and end the cryptocurrency coverage on that, but I would try to implore you, if you don't know anything about cryptocurrency, just get yourself a digital wallet. There's a few of them out there that you can get. There is Exodus. I think Exodus.io, I think is just put Exodus wallet or Exodus Bitcoin wallet in Google. You should be able to find it. Jax is another one. Blockchain is another one. So these are wallets that you're going to need, and what you want to do with those wallets is put your Bitcoin in there and just hoard it, or whatever cryptocurrency. It doesn't even have to be Bitcoin. It could be Ethereum. It could be Dash. It could be Litecoin. It could be Monero. It could be Zcash. Just hoard it. I don't care how you obtain it. I mean, I am so certain that this is the next wealth generation revolution, that there's going to be genuine wealth built in cryptocurrency, and all you've got to do is just hoard it. That's all you got to do. Hoard the damn thing. Even if you don't know anything about it, just hoard it. Just hold on to it. And people ask, well, you know what, Ghost, I don't really know what to do. I can't really buy it. I can't obtain it. Well, why don't you provide a service and accept cryptocurrency exclusively? I mean, why don't you do something to that capacity? I mean, I'm not joking. Why don't you get on freaking, I don't know, Snapchat or something, and say, hey, look, if there's this much cryptocurrency deposited in this, I'll stick a freaking whatever up my, whatever. I don't know, do something. Be a clown. I don't care. Just get paid and hoard this stuff, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, let me go ahead and move on to the stock market, because the stock market, you never know what the hell these idiots on Wall Street are going to do. You have no goddamn idea what the hell they're going to do. But if you were a day trader, this was definitely a time to day trade, if you want my view. Lots of freaking volatility today. And if you take a look at the intraday chart, it started off very low on the day session because of the numbers that came in. Depending on how you wanted to view those numbers, it was a mixed bag. Obviously, the amount of jobs that were expected for March obviously didn't come to fruition. But let's talk about some of the positive numbers here. Manufacturing jobs hit an 8-year high, outpacing the government growth. All right? Unemployment went down to 4.5%. All right? I mean, this is pretty. I mean, these are positive numbers. Now, they expected a little bit more than 98,000 jobs in the private sector for the month of March, but hey, you got to take baby steps, man. I mean, good God. I mean, people just think, this is what, I'm starting to learn that you're never going to satisfy anybody. I mean, I'm serious. You can go out here and you can go and you can try to appease everybody in the goddamn nation, in the goddamn world, and they're still going to be unconsiderate, disgusting, self-centered and bad-lighting pieces of useless human protoplasm out there that are just still going to make people's lives miserable, And there's nothing you can do about it. And, just by what has happened with the Syria strike and how people are reacting, that just proves it. I mean, that just proves it. It's as if, it's as if Donald Trump is going to forget about making America great again, for Christ's sake. As a matter of fact, these damn Syria strikes all of a sudden have got all of the damn political class happy in the pants. And maybe now he's got the political capital within the damn Washington, D.C. brass out here to be able to pass some kind of repeal of Obamacare, some kind of tax cuts, the restructuring of the infrastructure bill, excuse me. I mean, these types of things need to be passed. So, I mean, there's a lot of positive things here. I'm going to get to Syria in just a second. But I just wanted to go over these job numbers because this is really what made people happy in the pants there once they started reading in to what these job numbers represented. I mean, it looks good. It looks good as far as I'm concerned, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the stock markets, folks, okay? Because they were high. They were on the rise, folks. Take a look at that intraday chart on the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and look at it. For whatever reason, drops off at the end of the day. Drops off. I tell you, these Wall Street bastards, man, they are incrementally taking out their money while everybody else is buying into this bogus bull market. And I strongly advise everybody, man, that's why I'm covering cryptocurrencies first as opposed to stocks now, because first of all, the stock market has outregulated the individual investor from even getting into the market, folks. I mean, it's sad, and I repeat this, it is sad that people cannot partake in pattern or day trading in the equities market unless you have $25,000 in a brokerage account to legally day trade and pattern trade. Now, who does that hurt? That hurts the individual that's working, that wants to supplement their income. That hurts the individual capitalist that wants to expand their capitalist endeavors. That hurts everybody. And you see, that's why I'm pushing cryptocurrency, because if you wanted to trade to that capacity, you can trade, pattern trade, day trade. You can trade cryptocurrencies all night long. All night long you can trade cryptocurrencies. And money doesn't sleep. It fluctuates, man. And there is no pattern or day trading limit. I'm telling you, there's so many ways to make money in cryptocurrency. I hate to go back to it, but that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Although I do agree there was nice volatility today. You could have made some money in the pattern or day trading realm in the equities today. Just take a look at those intraday charts, folks. Let's get to the Dow. The Dow Jones Industrial is down today 6.85 points, a percentage decrease of 0.03%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 20,656.10 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Let's get to the S&P. The S&P 500 is also down, closing out down 1.95 point decrease, a percentage decrease of 0.08%. Closing out the S&P at 2,355.54 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also down today, folks, 1.14 points, a percentage decrease of 0.02%. Closing out the NASDAQ at 5,877.81 points for the NASDAQ composite. Now let's get to the commodities here, folks. Let's see what's being reflected here, considering we did see a little bit of a pullback in the U.S. dollar. A little bit of a pullback. Let's see what is being reflected here in the commodities. Now, I don't know if y'all saw after the bombing in Syria, oil and gold started going up and up and up. Take a look at the intraday charts on these things. And that was more of a reactionary, kind of an impulsive type investment blip, if you will. And you can capitalize on those, folks. Always remember, news makes waves in the markets. I mean, that's how you make plays. You got to be up to date with the news. And that's how you make plays in the market, folks. News makes waves in the markets. Always remember that. I mean, some of my biggest profits in some of these plays that I've made has come from news. So news, information is everything. Let's go ahead and get to energy, since we're getting the commodities. Let's get to the energy sector, folks. Take a look at energy, how it spiked right after the Syrian bombing, and then it kind of cooled off as the damn day went on. Let's get to WTI sweet crude. It is up today 59 cents, a percentage increase of 1.14%, closing out WTI sweet crude at $52.29 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Let's continue going. We've got Brent crude. It is also up today 30 cents, a percentage increase of 0.55%, closing out Brent crude at $55.19 per barrel of Brent crude. I mean, man, it seems like they may be able to get this damn barrel of oil to $60 after all. Huh? I mean, that was the whole intention of OPEC trying to cut production. Look at how close they're getting to $60 now. Can't let down those investors, you goddamn sheiks. All right, you can't let them down. Anyway, let's get to gasoline. Gasoline is up today, 0.76%. The feast or famine natural gas is down today, 2.46% decrease. And heating oil is up 0.90%. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Now, metals, folks, was another thing that rose in value right as the Syrian bombing started happening. And what have I always said? That in times of uncertainty, especially if there's wars, especially if there's any kind of restructuring of the global order, which is what we are seeing right now, everybody's going to go to a safe haven. I mean, why do you think the Prince of freaking Darkness, George Soros, invested billions into gold prior to the election? He's not stupid. He understands that times of uncertainty, people are going to go right to the classic safe haven, and that's gold and silver. So that's why I'm saying, folks, I've always been bullish, even though people are like, I don't know, Federal Reserve, I don't know. Haven't I always been bullish here as of late on metals? Haven't I? Huh? The prognosticator, I'm telling you, strikes again and again, and strikes again and again and a goddamn again. Let's go ahead and get to gold, shall we? Now, we saw a bigger spike than what has been closed out here today, folks, because people finally came to their senses and realized World War III is not around the corner, all right? Russia was notified about the goddamn Syria strike. I mean, you people need to get your heads out of your asses. I'm sorry. You people that were on the Trump train that are now out here denouncing Trump, you all are pieces of crap. I'm serious. I'm going to go off on you morons here in the second hour because you should all be ashamed of yourself. You pieces of trash are no different than the goddamn social justice warriors, than these soulless liberals, these soulless leftists that don't have any goddamn loyalty to anybody, even themselves. Should all be ashamed of yourselves, all of you. Anyway, we got gold up today, $2.80, all right? A percentage increase of 0.22%. Closing out gold at $1,256.10 per troy ounce of gold. Let's get to silver. Silver, for whatever reason, is pulling back. I don't know what the hell that's about. I mean, look at that spike in silver and then the pullback, folks. Take a look at these charts. It's freaking ridiculous. Charts tell the story. Always remember that charts tell the story. Take a look at the intraday chart on freaking metals. Take a look at the intraday chart on the damn equities. It's ridiculous. It's these goddamn idiots on Wall Street smoking crap. We got silver down today, 26 cents. A percentage decrease of 1.40%, closing out silver at $17.99 per troy ounce of silver. We've got copper down today, 0.51%, and platinum is down, 0.41% decrease. Let's go ahead and get to the agriculture commodities, folks. Let's get to the grains index. We've got corn down today, 0.35% decrease for corn. We've got wheat up today, 0.18% increase on the day. Oats is down, 1.03% decrease on the day. Rough rice is up, 0.49% increase on the day. We've got soybean is up 0.05%. Soybean oil is up 0.80%. And canola is up 0.70%. Let's get to the softs index, shall we? Cocoa is down today, folks. 3.97% decrease for cocoa. And let's get to coffee.
Hey, dude, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude,
Shut up, you stupid, dumb, freaking anal camel toe sporting fruit! Shut up! Anyway, folks, I want to take this time to continue to say, boycott Starbucks, man, because not only did it take down the CEO that tried to thumb his nose at our president by saying he was going to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants to defy the executive order by our president, not only did our protest bring down the CEO of Starbucks, but now Starbucks is begging conservatives not to boycott or continue the boycott any longer. I'm not even. Don't do it. Don't continue the boycott any longer. The CEO is not available. We shit canned him. Please come in and continue to buy our overpriced crap. So there you go. Boycott Starbucks. I'm glad that son of a bitch CEO is out in the street. You understand? You're not going to come into America and be an anti-American piece of trash during the Trump administration. Do you understand me? This ain't Obama America anymore, boy. You understand that? This is the capitalist right. Do you understand? The capitalists have taken control of state power, and now we have restructured the global order systematically, single-handedly. Because us capitalists, what do? We go out, we make things happen. That's the difference between capitalists and everybody else. The capitalists, we don't just sit here and wish and hope for things to happen to us. We go out and make things happen. That's the difference between the capitalist and everybody else. Anyway, let's continue going. Once again, coffee up 1.67%. Thanks a lot for everybody who was boycotting Starbucks. We removed that asshole CEO for trying to be an anti-American piece of trash. Let's go ahead and get the sugar. Oh, yeah, and before I go to sugar, boycott McDonald's, too, because those assholes sent out a tweet, whether it was intentional or not, that was anti-American and that was disrespecting the president. All right, so boycott McDonald's, all right? And as I said, if I see Ronald McDonald, I'm kicking him in the balls. Props to the Hamburglar. All right, let's get the sugar. Sugar is up today, 1.95% increase on the day. Let's get to orange juice, folks. Orange juice is up 3.30% increase on the day for orange juice. Cotton down today, 1.41% decrease on the day. We've got lumber. Lumber is up 2.57% increase on the day for lumber. We've got rubber. Rubber is up 0.04%, and ethanol is up 1.18%. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? Now, it looks like those days of cheap beef are long and gone now. You know, they're long and gone, so let's go ahead and get to livestock. We got live cattle up 1.52% increase on the day. Let's go ahead and get to cattle feeder. Cattle feeder is also up 1.29% increase on the day. It makes sense. We're headed in the springtime, man. The springtime out here has been looking beautiful, man. I've been seeing bees pollinating flowers out here. I've been seeing birds hanging out with each other, perusing parks. You know what I mean? Perusing trees. I love it, man. I'm loving it. I think it's great. I'm loving springtime. You know what I mean? Springtime is a great time, and it's also a great time to barbecue, man. That's what I like to do. Love barbecuing. Love barbecuing, baby. Nothing like good old Texas barbecue, baby. You understand that? And I know that there's some folks in other parts of America that think their barbecue kicks some ass, but let me tell you something, baby. This is Texas barbecue here, man. You understand that? Yeah! Anyway, let me go ahead and take a sip of this. Now, I am not drinking today, folks, okay? I'm not falling off the wagon again, so all you idiots that are sitting here trying to antagonize me on the social media to have another drink, I am not. I am drinking a soft drink now, all right, because I need some kind of pep to continue to do this broadcast, even though I don't have enough goddamn time in the day to goddamn breathe, for heaven's sake. Not too bad. It's not Bowler Friday beverage, but hey, it's still celebrating Bowler Friday! All right, and folks, we got Lean Hog. Lean Hog is down 1.26% decrease on the day. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Woo! Yeah! Anyway, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I want to remind everybody that we are having a Saturday night troll show for all you trolls that, for whatever reason, want to continue trolling me and making my life miserable. All right? Now, these trolls on the Saturday Night Troll Show, which is going to be tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, they are actually wanting to buy my kids' merch. My kids, baby! You're not necessarily understanding, baby! My kids, baby! You understand? My kids' merch. Because they want the third hour. It's only a 2-hour show on Saturday. They want a third hour, so we shall see what happens on the Saturday Night Troll Show. Anyway, folks, now that I've gotten all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter and Gab shout-outs on this Baller Friday. And for you folks that are unaware, all you've got to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. Well, actually, the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. All right, that's the tweet to retweet right there. True Capitalist Radio Live. If you retweet that tweet on my Twitter account, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast right here and now. Hey, engineer, do we got any goddamn Twitter Gab shout-outs out here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter and Gab shout-outs right now. Anyway, what's going on here? We got Broken Wagon. Oh, shut up, you moron, all right? We got none of your beeswax. We got Finchbird. What's going on to Frosty? How you doing, Frosty? Long time no see. Good to see you again. We got Vivian HD. The 727 caller. What's going on to Latvian Capitalist? Happy Bowler Friday. We've got Joe Suckspeck, whatever the hell that means. 12 steps for distilling. Yeah, he needs a little bit more than 12 steps, man. He needs more like, 12 steps on a ladder so he can dump the paint and stop huffing it or whatever he's doing. We got Ducky in the house. We got Tech Capitalist in the place. What's going on to Lord Vulcan? We've got, I'm not going to say that name for Christ's sake. Furry merch next? No. If I didn't do anime merch, I'm sure as hell ain't going to do no goddamn furry merch. Anyway, let's go. We got Quebec for Ghost. We got Crackhead Capitalist. We got Trump Wags the Dog. It's shut up, you moron, all right? Shut up. We got Dr. Bristle. We got Twilly Atkins. We got the Brony Network. What's going on with the Brony Network? We got the Smiler in the house. Swedish Rubber Hijab. What the hell is that? You bastards, man. And for you folks that aren't aware, the Religion of Peace strikes again out of Sweden, I believe. One of these, they're trying to be in damage control out there in Sweden, but it seems as if it's the Religion of Peace. They took a truck and ran people over, a few dead. We're going to talk about that later on, all right? We've got Distilling Terp Sniff. Whatever. You're talking about turpentine? You're talking about Jesus Christ. Yo, distilling, man, you gotta stop that crap. Seriously, man. That's gonna kill your brain cells, boy. It's gonna kill your goddamn brain cells. You're gonna kill your brain cells there, boy. Jesus Christ, huffing turpentine now? Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. What's going on to Supa? Pour up some mo? Pour up some mo? I know what you mean by that, you stupid moron. We got three-fingered Fred. We got Forever Trump. You're goddamn right. Everybody that's out there turning against Trump, you know what? You probably turn against your own goddamn family because they didn't get you a goddamn video game. And that's how ungrateful the majority of people are. And hey, that's the fucking truth. Excuse my French. Sorry, it's a Baller Friday. I can let off a few, I guess. I don't know. What's going on to Sergeant Yoda? Sorry for cursing. I didn't mean to curse. If I divergenized your ears, my apologies, all right? Anyway, let's continue on here. Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio live. And I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast here and now. We've got, I'm not going to say that freaking name. We've got Invalid Sweden. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean, man? The Swizzin sauce for go. What the hell is the Swizzin? Are y'all talking about that dumb McDonald's freaking... Oh, shut up. Arab Prince TCR Jihad. Look, man, do not talk about the Arab Prince, all right? Seriously, don't do it! What is this sellout coin up by 59%? You son of a... Shut up! Hey, ain't nobody selling out over here, boy! What are you talking about selling out? Ain't nobody selling out! What are you talking about? I am the underground! Do you understand that? I am the underground! You know, sit over here and talk about sellout, boy. I'll show you sellout, you freaking little silly bastard. Son of a bitch, give me the mic. You know, you guys are pissing me off, man. I don't even need to be here. You get that? I could be out, you know, doing something on a Baller Friday instead of taking goddamn abuse from you stupid pieces of goddamn troll terrorist and cyber vermin trash. You understand that, boy? Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here? We got Texas Martyr Q. Oh, you son of a... Screw you! Don't make fun of the Texas Martyrs, you son of a bitch! Texas Martyr Q. You come down here to Texas and say that, boy. You come down here to Texas and say that. Goddamn son of a bitch. You come down here, you know, you guys talk a lot of garbage over the internet about Texas. I guarantee you ain't coming down here doing that, boy. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. That freaking mic, man. Jesus Christ, you people are already turning this Baller Friday into some crap. Hope you all are proud of yourself there, boy. I hope you all you goddamn proud of yourselves. We got Fidget, my midget. We got the green leader in the house, OG Toru. Let's take a couple more Twitter shout-outs for Christ's sake. Who else do we got? We got I'm Texan, fight me. You ain't Texan, you son of a bitch. Shut up. We've got feral capitalist. What's going on, a feral capitalist? We've got Pistolin Crapitalist. Pistolin Crapitalist. Are you kidding me, man? Pistolin Crapitalist. We got the Arab Princess. Oh, man, come on, man. I mean, can you stop this crap? Did I Jew that? Here we go with the Jew jokes. Here we go. Here's the Jew jokes. Did I Jew that? Oy vey, oy vey. Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. Oy vey. Trump under Jew control. Here it goes. Here come the Jew jokes. Here it comes. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm not going to take any more Twitter shout out. I know where you pieces of crap are coming from. You all are a bunch of unloyal pieces of trash, and, you just don't get it. This whole foreign policy, it's just going way above your head. That's why sometimes I'm like, why do I even try? I think that all the time. Like, why do I even try? We got Sawyer Panzov. Sawyer Panzov. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? We got Lazy Town Antifa. What the man, shut up. That's a freaky goddamn little kids show, man. Well, wait a minute. Why am I still taking Twitter shout-outs, for Christ's sake? I'm supposed to be going over to Gab, for Christ's sake. Let's go over to Gab. All right, let's go over to Gab, for Christ's sake. All right, now, once again, repost the first post on my Gab account, and the post to repost is True Capitalist Radio Live. Well, I guess I didn't take off the 45 minutes. Well. Here, let me go ahead and do that one more again. Here, let me repost it without the 45 minutes. All right, that's just, Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? I don't have enough time to do diddly, man. Nothing. Jesus Christ. Here, now, repost that post. All right. Repost that post that I just posted right now. We've got the Yellow Journalist of Texas. Shut up, you stupid moron. I got your yellow right here. Shut up. We got Swedish Street Balls. Oh, Jesus. You sick fucking bastard. Swedish Street Balls? I mean, you're sick. You're sick and you've got no soul. You're sick and you've got no soul. I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, man. Give me the mic, man. Christ. Good Lord, man. I know there's My Little Pony. What is this? Is this the official My Little Pony on Gab now? Huh? My little pony, my little pony, little pony. Let's see. We've got the Brony Network. We've got. I'm not going to say these stupid names. All right. We got the Green Leader in the house. Stay off the wagon. Oh, that's great. That's just great, man. Stay off the way. Can you believe these assholes? Jesus Christ. What's going on to Maverick? We got Corn Blaster. We've got Melly. What's going on to Melly? How you doing? Once again, what's going on to Metroid Junkie? Repost the first post on my Gab account, and the Gab account is Politics Ghost. We've got the 727 caller. We've got, I'm not going to say these sick names, man. We've got, did I Albin that? son of a bitch. Shut up! I know what you all mean by that. Shut up! I know what you all mean by that on the internets, man. I know what y'all mean, man. You know what? Get to the mic. You guys are pieces of crap, man. We got Twilly Atkins. We got 8 equal is besmirching Raiden Snake. I mean, why is everybody... why is everybody all up on Raiden Snake, man? I mean, do you hate him because you ate him, for Christ's sake? What's your problem, man? You guys got major effing problems. Jesus Christ. But here, this is my audience, right? This is what I'm broadcasting to 3 hours a goddamn day, 5 days a week at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is it. Anyway, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. Yada, yada, yada. Look, I am not allowing you idiots to ruin this Baller Friday. It's bad enough that I had to palate last night all the betrayal of folks that used to claim that they were on the Trump train that are now nothing more than the equivalent of social justice warriors and leftist pieces of commie trash. They are no different, and I think it's sad. And then I have to come up here on my own broadcast and continuously be besmirched, for Christ's sake. You know, I should end the broadcast. I'm not even joking around. I should end this damn broadcast because I need a little bit more respect than what you people are getting. You people don't give a crap. All right, look, I'm just going to get through this broadcast and try to get through it as quick as possible because, I mean, I'm already upset. All right, and let's get right into it now since we're talking about it. I am very upset because I explained yesterday in very explicit detail what exactly was going on via the foreign policy that's being implemented. Now, what you people just don't seem to understand is this, okay? Look at America right now. Look at America right now. You've got Black Lives Matter, you've got La Raza, you've got the Democrats, you've got the deep state, you've got the lamestream media, you've got the political class. So how is Trump supposed to take on globalism when he has got, and let me tell you, his base, I mean, what has transpired after this damn Syrian missile strike has shown how his base, for the most part, was a bunch of fake, disgusting, despicable human beings. I mean, and it just underscores what I have always said about human beings, folks, that, you know, you can try, you can give them everything, you can promise them everything, you can do everything for them. But they'll never truly be happy because, with all due respect, what have we taught our children to be? We have taught our children to be nothing more than a bunch of self-centered, me, my, I, bunch of spoiled little craps. And you see, to be completely honest with you, that kind of mentality is what has been put on display in abundance post-Syrian missile strikes. Now, I am very, very upset that you people have taken this missile strike as some kind of, I don't know what the hell you're interpreting it as, but let's just explain what is going on here. Donald Trump ran for president, and he put his life on the line, he put his family name on the line, he put his wealth on the line, he put his legacy on the line to revolt against the current globalist order, the current globalist status quo. Now, how in the hell are you supposed to take on globalism when, as I stated, we really don't have a cohesive glue that is keeping people in America together. I mean, our country is filled with a bunch of self-centered pieces of trash. And you want to know why I'm saying you're self-centered? Because you don't understand that this country doesn't revolve around just you. All right? There's 350 million Americans in this goddamn country, okay? So shut up your ass. Now, what is happening here, folks, is Trump has asserted himself as the new de facto leader of the globalist order. That's why what you're seeing right now is a whole restructuring of the globalist order, folks. Now you've got China kicking back over here with Trump, and I just tweeted out that, the National Security Council has given Trump plans on how to respond to North Korea's nuclear weapons program. And I would not doubt if we saw something tonight. I called yesterday's strikes. I said it was either going to be Syria or North Korea. Tonight, I almost am certain that North Korea and its facilities that house nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles will be hit. And guess who's going to help us? China. Now, why is China so eager to be helpful to the United States? Because Trump understands that without the United States purchasing $550 billion in Chinese goods a year, China's economy is finished. And if China cannot sustain enough money, it too will have its own Venezuela problem, in which they can't feed their people, in which they can't electrify their cities, in which they can't suffice basic resources, I should say, to its people. Because what the Chinese government is doing is much like what Venezuela is doing. Venezuela, the reason it's in its predicament is because these bureaucrats in the communist government, they allocated resources for future centralized planning under the context of $100 a barrel of oil. These dumbasses in the communist government in Venezuela thought that the damn barrel of oil was going to stay $100 a barrel for like 10 plus years. I don't know what the hell they thought, but they planned for the future based upon that price. And folks, the barrel of oil about a year and a half, 2 years ago was at about $29 a barrel. I mean, the damn barrel was worth more than the oil at some point. And that right there is the reason why Venezuela is unfortunately in a very, one of the most disgusting crises I've ever seen. But once again, that's what you get when you embrace communism and socialism. That's what you get. But the reason I brought up Venezuela is because that is the same context in which the communist government of China is dealing. Okay, the communist government of China is dealing in a central planning idea, and they need that sustainable income that's coming in from the United States of $550 billion. Any kind of rollback from that $550 billion, it could literally bring down the house of cards that is the economy of China. So why do you think Xi Jinping, or whatever the hell his stupid name is, the president of China, is over here literally kissing Donald Trump's ass? I mean, did you hear that he had the president of China wait for an hour while he decided to, go ahead and call these bombings on Syria? And then after the bombings happened, he was like, "Hey, how you doing there, Xi Jinping? I just finished bombing the hell out of Syria." You know what I mean? That's pretty ballsy. I don't think anyone has ever done that that I could recollect. I mean, having a head of state of a superpower there in the country, and then, you know what? I'm going to hit somebody up while you're here. Hold on for a second. I gotta go bomb somebody. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, that right there probably intimidated the Chinese president to a certain extent. Because then that shows the Chinese president and the world that Donald Trump is not afraid to go and just assert military power. And you see, as big and bad as these globalists try to claim they are, they don't want a fighting enemy. So what the globalists have done is they have conceded to Trump that he is now in control of the globalist order, and now the globalist order is restructuring itself. Now, what does that mean? Well, folks, it's restructuring itself from what the globalist agenda was here in the 20th century going into the 21st century. Now, David Rockefeller talked about this. He talked about an elite, a bureaucratic elite of bureaucrats and bankers leading the world. And he thought that was going to suffice world domination and world control, that he genuinely believed that bureaucratic, scientific, and banking elite should be the controllers of the world. Now, what we are witnessing is a shift in that paradigm. Now, the globalists that comprise this global order all have a mutual interest. These people are all kind of playing order out of chaos. I know people have heard that term many times, but that's basically what the constant state of international relations is. The constant state of international relations is anarchy. And the only thing keeping everything in check is mutual assured destruction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you see, this is what people out here in Joe Six-Pack land don't comprehend. They don't understand the complexity of foreign policy. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, and I said that Donald Trump had the president of China waiting for an hour while he bombed the hell out of Syria, I would like to remind everybody that I said yesterday that if Donald Trump bombs Syria, then he has taken control of the globalist order. And the reason I say that, folks, is because the reports came out right after the Syria bombings were taking place that Russia was notified. Russia was notified, not to mention Bashar al-Assad and his regime put out a public statement that this was an act of aggression, not an act of war. So what it seems to me is this: if we take a look at some of the targets that were being hit up, these were targets that were comprised of Hezbollah fighters who were actually integrated in this theater of combat in Syria. And that's the biggest underreported fact about the Syrian conflict, is that we have Iranian agents and Hezbollah, which is the militia of Iran, integrated in Syria, helping certain factions actually fight oppositions. And, you know, to be honest with you, no one really knows who's fighting who in Syria. There's literally like 4 or 5 different groups all fighting each other and Assad at the same time. Now, lest we forget, folks, that this Syrian conflict is pretty much what created this refugee crisis that has now affected the whole world. Moreover, I alluded to yesterday that the whole objective of the CIA's operation in destabilizing the Middle East, and this is pre-Trump, all right, pre-Trump. This is Obama, this is Bush. The CIA and the policymakers' intention was to remove the secular governments that comprise the Middle East, and that, of course, is Iraq, which was Saddam Hussein, a Ba'athist. You've got Mubarak, who was a secularist in Egypt. You've got Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, far from an Islamic extremist, that's for sure. And now you've got Syria with Bashar al-Assad, a Ba'athist. Now, what the CIA is trying to do, folks, and look, I know this is very complicated, and it may sound a little sick, but, folks, we, as, people as foreign policy creators, what they have to understand is that the world has to continue to sustain itself while at the same time trying to depopulate itself at the rate at which births are happening in the world today. I mean, there is a sustainable threat that if people keep producing themselves and people keep having children, we could literally eat ourselves to death because we have a plethora of people in the international community and America that actually believe that because they were shitted out of a uterus hole, that they are entitled to clothing, housing, food, just because they are breathing. And folks, regardless of whatever political romanticism you were sold by leftism, by communism, by socialism, no, and I repeat, no political philosophy ever does that idea of housing, clothing, and feeding everybody. If you take a look at the communist variants, they allowed many millions of people to starve because they allocated the resources to who they thought were worthy enough of surviving and sustaining the communist revolution, whether it be in China, whether it be in Vietnam, whether it be in Cambodia, anywhere. That's what they did, whether it be in Russia. They would allocate resources, and instead of feeding people that they would deem useless, and believe me, the communists deemed a lot of people useless, they would just allow them to starve to death while they allocated the resources to the inner cities. Because the power of communism is in densely populated metropolises. And in densely populated metropolises, that is how you control people. Now, let's continue on here, folks, okay? Now, what is transpiring, and I know it's way above your pay grades, but it's something that needs to be done. We got 1.2 billion, maybe a little more than that, 1.2 billion Muslims in the world. And many of them, and look, we can just say for the sake of argument, how about just 10% of those 1.2 billion are radical, fanatical Islamic terrorists? Well, that 10% is still a lot of effing people. And moreover, these terrorist attacks that are happening in the name of Islam aren't necessarily being denounced by supposed moderate and secularist Muslims. And those who do talk out against it, they get the brash, they get the violent end of the scorn of Islam if they do. So what I'm saying is, folks, is that as policymakers, you have to realize what populations are going to cause havoc on the earth and destabilize civilized society. And right now, we have a Muslim problem. And there is no other way to solve the Muslim problem at this point in time. And I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not saying all Muslims are, nuts. I mean, look, there are a bunch of Muslim countries that understand what's going on. Egypt, Jordan, the UAE. I mean, there's a bunch of Arab countries and Muslim countries that realize that, hey, look, this Islamic terrorism poses a threat on us. You know what I mean? Poses a threat on us. Now, with that being said, I said this some time ago in 2009, and I said if I was some CIA agent or some sick-ass Mossad agent, I even said that in the broadcast, I would comprise some level of foreign policy in which these Muslims, who you can't negotiate with, you can't bargain with, reason with, these people are fanatical, and the proof is in the amount of suicide bombers that they continuously produce on a frequent basis. Now, what we need to do as foreign policy makers is comprise a foreign policy in which, in conjunction with intelligence agencies, in conjunction with special operation forces, what we do is we organize a group, ISIS, in which we destabilize the region, in which we create a rift within the Islamic caliphate or the Islamic cleric, depending on what side of Islam you're speaking of, that whole schism that is the contradiction of Islam. Folks, Sunnis believe that the true lineage of Islam directs straight from Muhammad. Like, you know, the bloodline of Muhammad is who leads Islam. Unlike in Shiites, the Shiites believe that clerics that are anointed, that are somehow elected within this confines of Islam, they're the ones who are the leaders of Islam. Hence why you have an Ayatollah, or a supreme leader in Iran, and, you know, you don't have it in any of the Sunni countries. Now, what I would do, and it's actually transpiring right as we speak, is create a vacuum within the Middle East in which we eliminate all the secular governments, which we have done, and we're about to remove Assad. Now, what is going to happen? What's going to happen is that this whole geographic area is going to be a war zone in which the United States and Western powers lure in Iran and Saudi Arabia into a conflict so that they can thin out the Muslim herd while at the same time bankrupting both of their countries. This is a very, very slick and very, very pro-American foreign policy, because that's exactly what is transpiring right at this point in time. And what's going to happen if there is a war zone in the Middle East? What's going to happen when you've got Shiites and Sunnis killing each other in the desert? You're going to have all the folks that are right now in Europe terrorizing Germans and terrorizing Swedes and terrorizing French people. You're going to have them looking at what's happening in the Middle East, and they're going to leave their situation in Europe and go fight the jihad. They're going to go fight the jihad. And that, folks, is the objective behind the Syria strike and the removal of Assad. Now, I personally believe that Assad will be exiled. I don't think he will be removed physically unless he doesn't want to go, unless he's going to die there. But I believe that there is negotiations to exile Assad. But I believe that this whole area in the Middle East is going to be a theater of combat in which Saudi Arabia and Iran are in direct conflict. And look, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's a desert. All right? It's a damn desert, because there's nothing that grows out there in the Middle East. It's sand. It's effing sand. So why in the blue hell wouldn't a nuclear weapon be dispensed there without hurting too much of anything outside of the people that are fighting like a bunch of Yehudis? I mean, I'm just saying, folks, this is how foreign policy is created. Because how do you control the world? You control the world through war. You control the world through famine. You control the world through violence. You control the world through disease. You control the world through constant, perpetual fear. But if you understand the game, which I am obviously very aware of, then what the hell is there to be afraid of? If you're the one that's out there making things happen, what the hell are you going to be afraid of? Now, listen, now that I've explained to you what the Syrian objective is to basically remove Assad and allow these Yehudis to go and fight each other for all these stupid pieces of land so they can thin out their own 1.2 billion Muslim herd, while at the same time luring Iran and Saudi Arabia into a war so that they can thin out their own herd and bankrupt their countries. I ask you, who are talking garbage about Donald Trump, who are sitting there talking about, I don't support Trump anymore. Oh my God, I can't believe you. I'm anti-war. I mean, how quickly these people that were on the Trump train became right-wingers and then turned into a bunch of left-wing, pinko, commie, peacetime, give peace a chance, bunches of pricks. I mean, you know, folks, all you people on the Trump train that are against this Syria strike, you know that you're defending the people that are killing us, right? I mean, you're defending Muslims. I mean, you're like the freaking social justice warrior that wants to bring these people over here to America. You know that, right? It's what you're acting like. You're acting like these social justice warriors that want to sit here and bring these people over. I mean, folks, this is a problem that ain't going to go away. This Muslim problem is not going away. You can't reason with these people. You can't bargain with these people. You understand? What you should do, and what Trump is doing, is clearing the way, and there's no governments out there, so these morons can go kill each other, man. I mean, and look, I hate to say that, but there's no bargaining with these fanatics. They have to kill each other. We have to pit Shiite and Sunnis, and then the Kurds, and then guess who's going to come in and flank them from the side? Turkey. Turkey has already said, and I said this yesterday, that they will back up Trump if they remove Assad. And why would Turkey want Assad removed? They want Assad removed because Turkey wants to expand its empire to reclaim the glory days of the Ottoman Empire. So, in my personal opinion, I think that this is where we are headed in a foreign policy. And listen, what's the next big group of people that, could pose a threat on the world? Asia. The Asiatic races. And the reason I say this, folks, is because take a look back in the communist rise in Asia. I mean, I talked about Pol Pot yesterday. Pol Pot killed 1.5 million people in a matter of like 3 or 4 years, and he pretended that he utilized the guise of communism to kill these people, when in actuality, he killed people that were Chinese, that were Vietnamese, basically that weren't Cambodian. If you didn't have dark skin, like if you weren't a dark-skinned Asian, you were killed because you weren't a worker. You weren't a part of the working class, so you were killed. If you had any skills to yourself, if you thought, you were killed. So there's a lot of fomented racism in Asia right now that is starting to resonate itself into reality. That's really what the whole South China Sea dispute is about. I mean, not too many people like China. I'm talking about in the region. I mean, China is not liked in the Asiatic races. And I know it's hard for you to all believe, but folks, these Asian races don't like each other. I mean, Vietnamese don't like Chinese. Vietnamese don't like Cambodians. Cambodians don't like Chinese and Vietnamese. Philippines don't like Vietnamese, don't like Chinese. The Japanese don't like Chinese. I'm not joking around. And you can see this being fomented right now. Why do you think the Chinese president is here in America today? He's here because there's going to be a theater of combat in Asia. So what is that going to do? That's going to cause a conflict, probably over the South China Sea. And this way, the Asiatic races and the Islamic fanatics are all at war with each other. Meanwhile, the Western civilization can reestablish itself, and Western civilization can sit back and be kosher and have our values live on for the next 100 years. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, folks. And I know that you guys, you want peace, give peace a chance. We all have to be peaceful, hold hands, sing kumbaya. That's not how the world works, man. That's not how the world works. Now, just because Donald Trump is asserting this foreign policy, he has shifted the global order. Now, the reason I say this is just take a look at all the leaders that want to meet with Trump now. I mean, and not to mention, did you see after the Syrian strike, did you see even the EU was bowing down? The EU is even bowing down, for Christ's sake, saying, we like what Trump did. We like what Trump did, he's doing right now. Of course. Trump did this for a lot of reasons. He's asserting himself as the leader of the globalist order. He's making America the superpower we once were. Do you all understand this? I mean, we have to assert ourselves as someone who is strong again. Now, people can say, well, gosh, you know, give me a freaking break, all right? I mean, why exactly, do we have to go to war to begin with? I mean, Syria didn't do nothing to us. Well, you have to understand, there's 1.2 billion Muslims, all right? How many billions of Asiatic races? All right, these are big populations that have a history, of autodetermination, that have a history of being culturally fanatical, and that is not conducive to Western civilization. So why not allow these people to just thin each other off? You know what I mean? Thin the herd of Muslims, thin the herd of the Asiatic races. And what this is going to do is this. It's either going to do one of two things. It's either going to have these people kill each other so much that finally, after so many years of butchering each other, these people are like, oh, all right, why are we killing each other, guys? I mean, you know, we've been killing each other. Why are we killing each other, guys? Why are we killing each other? Or they nuke each other and, you know, I mean, you know, you're killing two birds with one stone. That's all I'm saying. And all you people that think that somehow you can all talk this out with people, there's no talking things out, all right? Obama thought he could do that, remember? Remember that's what Obama said he was going to do. Hey, they'll love me, was his foreign policy. He actually thought that he could literally talk the world out of war. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? You can't. So, for all you folks that turned your back on Donald Trump, you people are pieces of trash. You people are pro-Muslim. You might as well go throw a goddamn burqa on yourself, because that's exactly what you're acting like. You're acting like these stupid leftists, these stupid, dumb, freaking feminists that were out here at the Million Women's March. They were out here with their tits hanging out, their flab cellulite hanging out, you know, with vagina costumes, and yet they're marching next to a woman in a goddamn burqa and a hijab. You're no better than those folk, all right? And each and every one of you that turned your back on our president, you should all be ashamed of yourselves, all of you. As if Donald Trump isn't going to make America great again, for Christ's sake. As if he's not going to bring down taxes. As if he's not going to work on repealing Obamacare. As if he's not working on right now stopping refugees from coming into this country. Like he's doing right now stopping illegal immigrants from coming to this country. I mean, give me a break, folks. You people, I'm telling you, when it comes to foreign policy, maybe some of you need to shut your face, and maybe you all need to continue to play your goddamn video games or watch the boob tube or whatever the hell you people are doing, because this is obviously way above your goddamn head. I mean, even an asshole like Paul Joseph Watson, all right? Paul Joseph Watson is like, yeah, well, can't believe, I'm not voting for Trump, and yeah. Well, you're freaking limey, man. What the hell do you care? No offense to my Britannia brethren, but, I'm getting a little sick of freaking Paul Joseph Watson, as if he thinks like he's that pertinent. All right? I mean, he's fake news as far as I'm concerned. He's been busted 1 million times about just retweeting something fake that he sees that probably would fit his narrative, and he retweets it anyway. I'm telling you, man, all you people, Ann Coulter, all of them, they're all, oh, I can't believe it. Hey, I just explained to you what this is all about, all right? What this is all about is an assertion of American power, and it's assertion of Trump taking over the globalist order. Folks, do you understand? A revolution only is effective when it's from the top down. I mean, Donald Trump was a part of this elite of elite. And he comprised a small faction of folks that would follow him, and he revolted against the globalist status quo. That's why everybody is against him, you get it? But now, the globalist order is starting to submit and capitulate, and they realize the effectiveness of Trump's revolution. So what we are witnessing is the globalists say, it's your call, Trump, it's your world. Because right now, folks, the people that are pissed off are the bureaucrats. That's why you have the deep state of America. That's why you have the political class, all the assholes in Washington, D.C., and you have the media against Trump and trying to do everything to undermine him, yet everybody else in the international community now wants to meet him. The Chinese president is there right now, probably bowing down, if you want my personal opinion. You've got Putin wanting to meet with Donald Trump. You've got every leader wanting to meet with Donald Trump. Why do they want to meet with him? Why do they want to meet with Donald Trump? Because he is now in control of the world order. Now, what does that mean? That means that international bureaucratic systems like the UN and the EU are no longer relevant under the new restructuring of the global order. Because prior to Trump, the global order consisted of bureaucracy at an international level and banksters. Yeah, the central banks. You know what I'm saying? The banksters. That is globalism. You get that, right? Bureaucratic crap and banks. Well, folks, we're headed into an era in which banks may no longer have to be needed because of cryptocurrency. Central banks may never have to be needed because of cryptocurrency. And folks, bureaucracy, especially international bureaucracy, has proven in the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st century that it is completely incompetent. And these two integrations in the globalist system, the banksters and the bureaucrats, are no longer needed for the globalist system. So that's what we are witnessing. That's why you're witnessing these bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., both Republicans and Democrats. That's why you're seeing the deep state. That's why you're seeing the lamestream media go against Trump, because these people all believe. That's why they're globalists. That's why they're globalist agents. They all believe that they're going to have a future in this globalist infrastructure. I mean, a bureaucrat in American government, they're globalist agents because they're hoping that they become a bureaucrat in the UN. They're hoping they become a bureaucrat in the World Bank. They're hoping that they become a bureaucrat in one of these international bureaucratic institutions. That's why Washington, D.C., that's why the deep state, that's why the lamestream media is trying to undermine our president. Because they realize that Donald Trump is rocking the globalist order, restructuring the globalist order, and we don't need international bureaucrats. We don't need banksters. You know what we need? We need capitalists, baby. You understand? And that's what's happening right now. Capitalists are taking over, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm telling you this right now. I have dedicated my life to Trump, and all you idiots that want to hop off the Trump train, get the hell off. Good riddance. It goes to show you what kind of yellow-bellied, two-timing, non-loyal piece of social justice warrior trash you really are. All right? Get the hell off the Trump train. We don't want you. We never did. I'm telling you, I can't believe some of you people. I've just explained to you once again what the hell is going on. And listen, now that we've got the Chinese president sitting here at Mar-a-Lago with Trump, I would not doubt by tonight, or even here while we're talking, or tomorrow, if we don't hear a joint strike on North Korea's nuclear and ballistic facilities with the cooperation of the United States and China. I would not doubt it, folks. I would not doubt it. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And you know what, folks? I mean, thank you very much, Pudge Montana. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and tweet out this gem just to show you folks that Trump realizes that we don't need bureaucrats. We don't need central banks. Okay? Let me go ahead and tweet this out. The Trump administration is buying into blockchain technology, a.k.a. cryptocurrency. Let me go ahead and put cryptocurrency as a hashtag here so that everybody can see this. Once again, here it is. Hold on, let me go ahead and put in a hashtag of cryptocurrency so that people can get to this, because this is serious business. I told you cryptocurrency is where it's at, folks. I mean, and I think Trump understands we don't need no goddamn banksters anymore. We don't need any goddamn international bureaucracy or bureaucrats anymore. The UN, the EU, we don't need these people. We don't need these people, and Trump knows it, folks. This is a new restructuring of the global order. Here, let me go ahead and tweet that out right here, right now. Here it is. All right? There it is, right there. Come and get some. Trump administration is buying into blockchain technology. That means cryptocurrency. That means freaking... God! Are you listening, you stupid... God! Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm telling you, folks, I'm telling you, you guys out here, you all hopping off the damn Trump train, well, good riddance, we don't need you. Good riddance. Give me the mic. Goddamn mic. I'm telling you this right now, man. I mean, I mean, what else? What other proof do I need to tell you people that that Trump is taking control of the global order? I told you, baby. I told you. But hey, go ahead and continue to act like a bunch of social justice warriors. You all look like a bunch of idiots last night. I hope you know that. All right? You all look like a bunch of idiots. I'm not joking around. You people acted like a bunch of obnoxious, ignorant, mental midgets last night, and I saw each and every one of you. And some of you are still acting that way. But I just explained to you what the foreign policy is, and I said yesterday, I explained this yesterday on yesterday's broadcast. Go to the archive, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I talked about it, for Christ's sake, damn it. But now I had to explain it all over again, and I hope that it gets through to some of you out here that no, this doesn't mean that Donald Trump is not going to make America great again. He's still going to repeal Obamacare. He's still going to pass the tax cuts. He's still going to pass the infrastructure bill. He's still going to do what he said he's going to do. This is foreign policy. This is obviously way above your goddamn pay grade. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, folks, look, all you that hopped off the Trump train last night, piss off. We don't want you, all right? Hey, go join the liberals where you belong, all right? You leftist trash. I'm not joking. Go join the liberals where you belong. And that's why that's why the capitalist right sniffed out the alt-right for being a bunch of frauds. And look at them. They're all frauds. All the alt-right were pulled out as a bunch of frauds. All right? And now look at this. Look at what's happening now. Oh, now it's not the alt-right. Now it's the general Trump train now. A lot of these people were a bunch of liberals in Wolf. Jesus Christ! I mean, it pisses me off, folks. It pisses me off that we actually have people on the Trump train who betrayed the president. Who betrayed the president, for Christ's sake. How dare you? You people have no effing loyalty whatsoever, and that's why you are in the position that you are in life, all right? If you're in a dumb, screwed up position and you are right now bitching and moaning about Donald Trump, that's why you're in a screwed up position in life, because you are a disloyal piece of yellow belly trash. That's all there is to it. Give me the goddamn mic. Anyway, folks, I'm just saying, and let me explain also something about the Syrian airstrikes, okay? What did they hit up anyway? They hit up Hezbollah targets, like I said, and they also hit up targets that happen to have certain Russians integrated. Now, why exactly would the United States send missiles where Russian military may be embedded in? Folks, it's because Donald Trump and the administration notified Russia. And lest we forget, folks, it was brought out in the media recently that Blackwater's founder, you know Blackwater, the militia, or I shouldn't say, the mercenary group, I should say, Blackwater, the founder, Prince, Eric Prince, this guy established a back channel to communicate with Russia and acted as a conduit to the Donald Trump administration to Russia. Now, you mean to tell me that Russia didn't tell Donald Trump that it was okay, and hey, we may have a couple of Russians integrated here, but hey, you'd be doing me a favor there, Donald, because my government is trying to overthrow me as we speak. I just fired 10 of my generals. I'm talking about Putin. I fired 10 of my generals. I just killed a whole bunch of people. If you could go and drop Tomahawk missiles in some of these locations in some of my secret enemies' area in the military, I'd really appreciate it. That's what I'm saying, folks. I mean, do you understand? It's not as if that we were getting into World War III. That's another thing, you morons, yesterday. Oh, we're getting into World War III. Oh, my God. I mean, what a bunch of fruits we have turned out to be, man. I mean, grow some balls, for Christ's sake. Not going into World War III. We notified the Russians, you moron. And the only reason the Russians are trying to muscle up is because Putin has to look that way in front of his people, you dumbasses. I mean, don't you understand? I've talked about all this before. I've gone over and over and over on this freaking crap before. Remember, folks, I said weeks ago that Putin is not going to make it out of 2017. And if he does, it's going to be because he escaped many attempts at his life. Now, who's assassinating him? Who's trying to kill him? His own government is trying to. His own deep state is trying to. And why is that? Because this man is a fraud. He literally took $200 billion, I'm talking billion as in Bill Gates, $200 billion from the Russian people and put it in his own personal bank account. And yet he still wants to come out and claim that he's a goddamn man of the people. That's why, folks, he's having an uprising right now. He's having an uprising right now, and as a result, he's having some problems. So he has to look strong in front of his people. So by this coordinated attack on Syria, which didn't seem to target Assad, it basically was just a bunch of soft targets to flex nuts. I think everybody is in on this, if you want my personal opinion. That's why I think Assad will be exiled and he will not be removed. Remember, prior to the strikes, remember I announced that Russia said, and Putin said himself, he said that his support for Assad was, quote, not unconditional. Now, why would Putin say that prior to Syria's airstrikes? Folks, I'm telling you, Trump is playing five-dimensional chess, and you people are too stupid to realize it. I'm trying to explain this to you as delicately and as explicitly and as detailed as I possibly can. But for some of you, it may be a little over your goddamn head. So that's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. But hey, this is the kind of pussy-whipped America that we have post-Obama, so hey, thanks, Obama, you piece of trash. You've even pussy-whipped many people that were once on the Trump train. You silly, stupid, dumb, freaking Taliban-looking marathon runner, you dumbass Obama. Anyway, look, I'm going to move on to the next part of the broadcast, folks, but I hope that this explicitly explains to you what's happening, all right? And if you're going to continue to bitch and moan, well, then you might as well go ahead and throw a burqa on yourself, because then you're no different than these social justice warriors as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you're literally trying to make a debate for Muslims. That's what you're trying to do right now. And hey, if you want to do that, well, then go on the other side where you belong. We don't want you here on the right. All right? Go on the other side with the social justice warriors where you belong. All right? Go out there with the feminists. All right? All right, go out there with the goddamn losers of the world. You go out there with them where you belong, boy. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter. Speaking of shakeups, did you hear that reports that the President of the United States is looking to replace not only Stephen Bannon, but Reince Priebus? Oh, didn't I call this a long time ago? Didn't I say that Reince Priebus was a part of the goddamn cheesehead mafia, and that this son of a bitch was a part of the political class leaking out certain information, for Christ's sake? Get that stupid idiot Reince Priebus out of here! And Stephen Bannon, I'm going to be honest with you, I think that Stephen Bannon may have thought he was a little bit too important than he actually was. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I think that he thought he was a little bit too important than he actually was. And let me explain Bannon's scenario. Not to say that Bannon, doesn't know what he's talking about or wasn't pro-Trump. What it was, he was a foreign policy ideologue. Like, he believed that once you take power, you could just kind of restructure the pieces yourself. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You have to tame the system to control the system. You can't take over the system. There are too many people that have vested interest in making sure that this system continues for you to think that you're going to come in and literally take control of a globalist order. All right? You're absolutely insane. So anyway, with that being said, right now, reports are saying that the President of the United States is looking to replace Stephen Bannon, although Stephen Bannon is claiming that report is a bunch of crap, but I think that they're definitely thinking about replacing Reince Priebus. Reince Priebus has proven himself useless at this point in time. He was the chair of the Republican Party. I mean, this guy should have at least had some level of influence as it pertained to getting things done in Congress with the Republican Party, man. I'm serious. I mean, he did nothing. Reince Priebus has done nothing, in my view. And look, we need people in the administration that are going to get things done. You understand? We got 4 years. We need to get things done here. So good riddance there, cheesehead mafia ass crack. And look, once these guys are replaced, how about replacing Paul Ryan? The reason they're not going to replace Paul Ryan, folks, is because, as I stated, in the month of March, he transferred $7 million to Republicans that are running for 2018. So, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's out here buying his sustaining reign as House Speaker. So he's got the money. He's in the money. That's why he is House Speaker, folks. Born with a silver foot in his mouth, this son of a bitch. Anyway, folks, let me move on. But once again, reports that President of the United States is looking to replace Steve Bannon and Reince Priebus from the Trump administration. Good riddance, Reince Priebus. That's all I got to say, all right? Good riddance. All right, let's continue going for, folks. Neil Gorsuch confirmed by the Senate as a Supreme Court justice. The Democrats' filibuster has failed. And, this makes the Democrats look like a bunch of idiots as well, man. I mean, the Democrats aren't necessarily getting too much done themselves other than rabble-rousing their progressive left base, but that progressive left base didn't even win them dick in the last elections. So I think that, who's that new chair guy? Who the hell, whatever his name is, he needs to take a new direction outside of the progressive left. And I have suggested this time and time again. If there is anybody who is truly a Democrat, what they need to do is they need to run in their party at the lowest precinct level and work your way up the party so that you can influence this party back to center left. Instead of all the way progressive left, you need to be center left, because if you were center left, you'd be able to get things done. This whole idea of progressive left is nothing more than divide and conquer. It's virtue signaling. It's rhetoric. It's bullshit. Excuse my French. It's bullshit. Because it's very easy for these leftists, these liberals, you know how they act? I'll tell you what they'll do. If there's no cameras around, if there's nobody in the vicinity, they're not going to help anybody. If somebody needs help and there's nobody watching, they ain't going to do it. But if there's a group of people watching, if there's a camera, well, then they're going to make sure to amplify that they're helping somebody. Like, hey, look at me, I'm helping this bastard over here, look at this. Film this, look at this, show me, I'm helping here. That's how leftists are. That's the basis of leftism. That's the basis of liberalism. I mean, it's a bunch of virtue signaling, bunch of garbage. And that's why, in my view, the Democrats need to be more center-left as opposed to going all the way progressive left. It's not done one bit of good for the Democrats. It has not done one bit of good for the Democrats whatsoever, folks. So, in my view, I think the Democrats need to come down to reality and realize that the majority of America does not like the progressive left philosophy. It's a bunch of crap, and it's gone nowhere. It's made our country dumb and stupid. But that's what they want. They want a country that's dumb and stupid, because if the country is dumb and stupid, then the country is dependent on the state. And when the country is dependent on the state, that's when bureaucrats are employed for long-term periods. They get the benefits, they get the pensions, and meanwhile, they just act. They just act as a vote in the system, processing human beings, Processing human beings. Anyway, folks, once again, the reason I got on this tirade about the Democratic Party and the fact that these people are too progressive left is because Neil Gorsuch was confirmed by the Senate as the Supreme Court Justice. And, the Democrats tried to filibuster, but what ended up happening was the nuclear option that they implemented back in 2013 to get a few of Obama's nominees through without Republican opposition. It's come back to haunt them here in 2017 with the Republicans bypassing the filibuster by implementing the nuclear option and just going to a vote without these idiots. And that's exactly what happened, man. I mean, Gorsuch confirmed, and we need him to be confirmed. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that Ruth Bader Ginsburg finally takes a dirt nap. I hope that, a couple of these other justices finally go away so that we can make sure to solidify the bench of the Supreme Court with constitutionalist judges, with judges that are of the right of the political spectrum, that are not going to legislate some leftist, long-haired, liberal, bedwetting, hippie agenda from the bench. So that's what we are very concerned about here on the right. We want to load up that damn Supreme Court with those of the right wing of the political spectrum so that we can create some civility once again post-Obama, because that's what Obama did, folks. Obama made America uncivil. He made America uncivil by putting them out of work, by eliminating their economic opportunities, by eliminating the jobs, and by providing entitlements. I mean, folks, there were some people, once Barack Obama was office for a couple of years, there were actually some losers. And I knew some that worked for me, okay, that actually decided that they were going to quit their jobs and just collect entitlements because, hey, it's that easy. All right, it's that simple. Why go out and work when, Barack Obama is giving me food stamps and food cards and welfare? And that's where the direction of America turned to at this point in time. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening, for heaven's sake. Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, man, I can talk till I'm blue in the face. That's why sometimes when I begin this broadcast, I feel like I'm wasting my goddamn time. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we move on, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around, spread it around, spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday.
Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show.
/Ghost. And of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter and Gab name, also Gab is the Twitter alternative. The name to follow on that, both of those, is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Now, folks, you know what I'm going to do here in this Baller Friday third hour is I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I am going to hear from you. Okay? Maybe, just maybe, I've got everything all wrong. Maybe there's some enlightened soul out there that will enlighten us on a different perspective, or if not, air out your grievances, whatever the case might be. But this is a serious discussion. All right, if you have any opposition or if you have any criticism or any kind of comments as it pertains to the current Trump foreign policy, well, then give me a call right now. 516-453-9903 is the number to call. I want to hear from you. What do you think about the airstrikes in Syria? What do you think about a potential airstrike that could be happening any moment as it pertains to North Korea's ballistic and nuclear facilities? What do you think? I want to hear from you. 516-453-9903. I want to hear from some people, man. I mean, I'm tired of looking on Twitter and seeing a bunch of freaking low-life, yellow-belly, unloyal pieces of no different than social justice warrior leftist trash sit here and betray my president. I'm sick of it. If you want to betray the president, well, then call me right now and justify your goddamn self. Call me right now and justify your yellow-belly self there, boy. 516-453-9903. I dare you. I dare you to call up and justify your goddamn self. Son of a bitch. Anyway, here, hey, what's going on? Trumpin', is that you?
Yes, it is, Ghost. How you doing tonight?
Hey, how's it going, Trumpin'? What do you got to say about everything that has transpired here in the past 24 hours?
Well, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, the impending North Korean airstrikes, which could be happening soon within the next 24 hours. Again, as you mentioned earlier today, or just, about an hour or two ago, that, the National Security Council has, given Trump options to respond to North Korea and their rhetoric. One of them being placing nukes in South Korea within the next 12 to 24 hours if Trump does exercise that option, and a couple other options. So I was just wondering, is that a plausible? Is that a plausible option on the table at this moment for Trump to, place nukes in South Korea?
I don't think so. No, we've already placed the THAAD missile defense system just in case Kim Jong-un launches a ballistic missile over the demilitarized zone. But I don't think giving South Korea nuclear capability is something that is a viable option at this point. In my personal view, I think that it'd be very easy to just go over and just, bomb the hell out of the facilities that we have under surveillance via satellite pictures. I mean, we've got the satellite pictures where it's at, where they're located. And in my view, I think that, in the next 24 hours that we should see a bombing at these facilities. And pretty much what they're trying to do is make this bombing a simultaneous type of a situation so it can deplete any capability of Kim Jong-un retaliating, because I don't think that the man is rich enough to have that many facilities to be able to hide these types of ballistic or nuclear weapons.
Okay, so I was also reading the NBC report that came out 2 hours ago, which brought the U.S. nuclear option in South Korea. It also says two other options, which would be killing North Korea's leaders, which would be Kim Jong-un and other, high-ranking officials in the North Korean government, or infiltration to sabotage key infrastructure. Is there any chance that the United States may exercise these two options instead of airstrikes?
Well, it's possible, but the only way that would be a plausible thing to do is if there was a deal struck with the Chinese president and Donald Trump. Because there has to be some kind of bilateral agreement between the two superpowers and a potential, maybe a dual strike. Maybe China does something to back up the United States or vice versa. Something has to be done before any kind of military action is conducted on North Korea, because China has threatened that it would retaliate if, the United States did go unilaterally at North Korea. But I don't think North Korea is that much of a formidable adversary, to be completely honest with you. I mean, many of their missiles have literally gone kaput. They can't even launch some of them. I mean, maybe they have a nuclear weapon, but how they dispense of it, that's the question. And in my opinion, I don't see any kind of threat from Kim Jong-un. As a matter of fact, I think that his own apparatus of government, including his people, want him gone.
What about the military? So if the United States, when the United States strikes North Korea and its nuclear program, is there a chance that the North Korean military will invade South Korea, or will the North Korea military begin to take defensive positions? Let me rephrase the question. When these airstrikes happen in North Korea on the nuclear program, who will invade first? Will North Korea invade South Korea first, or will there be no invasion at all, and will just be, the strikes will be the first step into curbing North Korea's rhetoric? Excuse me if I sound all over the place.
I think there'll be initial strikes, but what's going to happen is the demilitarized zone is probably just going to have both sides staring down at each other, because I genuinely believe that the North Koreans do not want to fight for fat Kim Jong-un. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, he's done way too much. He's made way too many enemies within his own government. He's killed a lot of people. And people aren't just going to forget that. I mean, a lot of the folks that he killed had friends within the bureaucratic system, and those bureaucrats, they don't forget about that type of stuff. They don't forget that, you killed one of their friends, their colleagues, their comrades, and I think that in the end, that factor is definitely something to consider if you're developing some strategy to retaliate on North Korea.
I absolutely hear you on that. And another question I had pop up in my mind is that, when the United States strikes North Korea, what's the most likely time frame between now and between now and, let's say, tomorrow evening? When is the time that we should, look to news sites and news wires for any sort of development out of the Korean Peninsula?
Well, hey, thank you very much for that question, and thank you very much for your comments and questions there, Trumpin. I would look to the time frame in which whatever the middle of the night, anywhere from middle of the night to 3 in the morning North Korea time, that's probably when the strike will happen, because North Korea can barely electrify itself. Whenever nighttime happens, the only city that's pretty much lit up is Pyongyang, and most of the nuclear facilities and most of the missile launch facilities are far away from the actual inner city of Pyongyang. So I think that would be the best time to be able to hit these North Koreans up and be able to destroy their capability of doing anything ballistic or nuclear. All right? And in my view, I think that killing Kim Jong-un is a last resort. But by doing that, you're opening up that genie in a bottle of killing a head of state, so on and so forth. So, you know what? We shall see. But there's definitely going to be a response to North Korea here this weekend. And this just is going to go to show you that America's back. There's a new sheriff in town out here in the global stage, and America's going to kick ass and take names, and that's all there is to it. And all you people that are acting like a bunch of social justice warrior leftists, well, I didn't expect anything more out of you scumbags anyway. All right, how about area code 606? What's going on?
Hey, am I on?
You're on, man. What's up?
Hey, man. First time calling in. Basically, my thoughts on the issue is this. We need to get some people on the ground in there. However, kind of do it in sorry, I'm kind of got a little bit of a cold. My thoughts aren't exactly all 100%, but
no, don't worry about it. So you think that boots on the ground are necessary in this instance?
No, not boots on the ground. Get some refugees from Syria and, train them to be like some kind of rank and put them through Green Beret training on steroids, make them like hyper Rambos. They just basically drop them in there and, have them start training people there, and also make it look like that some kind of mega resistance is happening.
Well, that would be a decent idea. Unfortunately, we've already done that. I mean, that's what the CIA has been doing by training the supposed Free Syrian Army and all those different groups that ended up kind of becoming ISIS. I mean, ISIS is really what the CIA operation is the culmination of out there in that region. I mean, it was Michael T. Flynn that said publicly before, he actually campaigned and did all this with Trump. He came out and publicly said that Barack Obama funded, trained, and armed ISIS, and that was a knowingly conscious decision. Like, he made a conscious decision to do that. So why he did it, I have no idea. All right? I have no idea. Why he did it, I have no idea. But in my view, I think that what we need to do is just allow these people to go back. We don't need to train these people to do anything. In my view, I think these folks will go back and, start jihad amongst themselves. And once there's a humongous geographic area that becomes the theater of combat, not only are we going to have these Yehudis in the region that are already there fighting, but we could lure all the Yehudis that are all over Europe, that are sprawled all over the world, to come back for jihad. Because that's what they're going to do, folks. I mean, you understand, this is how we created the Taliban. Y'all remember that? The Taliban was created because we funded the Mujahideen that was fighting against the Russians in the late 70s, early 80s in Afghanistan. We funded, trained, armed these people, and they became the Taliban. So funding, arming, and training troops is not something that is viable. At least the empirical evidence shows that it isn't. In my personal view, I think that we eliminate Assad and we allow the whole goddamn thing to turn into a war zone. That war zone will be basically Sunnis versus Shiites, which will lure Saudi Arabia and Iran into a confrontation, and then both of these damn countries can literally thin off their own herd while bankrupting their countries. Now, why would we want to bankrupt both Saudi Arabia and Iran? Because, folks, they're rich oil-based countries. And at the same time, Saudi Arabia owns the majority of America's debt, okay? So if Saudi Arabia was to somehow, I don't know, bankrupt itself, do you think that we're still on the hook for the debt that was incurred since 74, 75, when this secret deal was made between the United States and Saudi Arabia? You think we're going to still be on the hook for that money? No, we're not! I mean, do you get it, man? I mean, do you get it? This is killing like 80 birds with one stone, and it's unfortunate that many people that are out there that are on the Trump train just can't comprehend this. They don't get it. You understand? I mean, foreign policy and international relations is obviously way above their pay grade. Anyway, 516-453-9903. I want to hear from you. What do you have to say about all this? Serious business happening right before our eyes. America is rising up once again. How about 612? What do you got to say about this, man?
Hey, Ghost. TC Capitalist. What's going on?
How you doing, TC? What's up, man?
No, pretty good. I'm thinking about the whole situation, and, I'm still in Trump's corner, but I do have a bone to pick with the man, if I may.
Go ahead. What's up, man?
So Trump gets elected, and now he's, blowing up Hezbollah and all these dissidents in other countries. What about the dissidents at home? What happened to America first? Where are the California strikes?
Well, I don't know about the California strikes, but he is eliminating the refugees out of the situation. He is deporting people, and he's deporting people that were once supporters of his. I mean, I read an article in which a woman who was a supporter of his got her husband deported because he wasn't legal. So I think that he is starting incrementally to make America great again by weeding out illegals, weeding out refugees. But, I mean, airstrikes on California, I mean, in my view, TC, I don't think that all of California is all communist, all a bunch of leftists. I think that the scene that we saw in the Huntington Beach, in which you had that Make America Great Again march, and you had Antifa attempt to try to, disrupt it, I was very, very optimistic when I saw Trump supporters support each other and literally pound the hell and kick the crap out of this Antifa idiot right after they were pepper spraying some of the women in the march. I was really, really optimistic that, you've got people in California that don't want to do this leftist trash anymore. And the reason is because the majority of the leftist trash is in the densely populated metropolises, which is what I alluded to earlier, is the main source of power to most leftism. I mean, that's how Vladimir Lenin took control of all of Russia, was the fact that he took control of the big cities. And that's really what California is suffering from, because the majority of people in California, I don't think, are as leftist lunatic. They're just under the control of the populations of the inner cities. Your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely good points. I just see all these Antifa idiots out here, and he's been president for 3 months, and I still don't hear the helicopters purring.
But hey, TC, don't get me wrong, man. I would love to throw these idiots off some helicopters, Pinochet style, because there ain't no negotiating with these Antifa idiots. But unfortunately, it's not just the people, it's the government. I mean, you've got the government opening their borders. I mean, you've got more illegal Mexicans in California than you do have citizens in certain areas. So, there's a lot that needs to be done in California, but it needs to be done from a grassroots level from California itself. And I think that the Huntington Beach Make America Great Again march was a step in the right direction. This is what California needs. There needs to be lots of people rising up against this leftist trash. I mean, this leftist trash is irrational. It doesn't deal in reality, and that's why we have to stand up to it. We got to expose it for the fanaticism that it is. It's fanaticism. Anyway, thanks, TC. I appreciate it, man. I hope everything's going good for you. I'm going to take a couple of more calls. I want to hear from you. What do you got to say about all these different subject matters that are happening and transpiring as far as America's foreign policy is concerned? What do you have to say about it? Once again, 516-453-9903. How about area code 916? What do you got to say about this? 916, you there? Well, you're a Helen Keller deaf mute. Who else do we have here? How about, Jesus Christ, once again, 516-453-9903. We got 732. What do you have to say, man?
Yeah, hello, Ghost. This is Escalators 420. What's up?
How you doing, man? What do you have to say about all this that's going on? Foreign policy, serious strikes. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like one of these bedwetting liberal babies here. I'm still with Trump. He's my president. I'm not gonna just start bitching and moaning about it. But I don't know what to think of it yet. I'm just gonna ride it out and see how these strikes and attacks happen. See the results of it and see where we're going with it. I can't really support it one way or another. But, if it does good, then it does good, and I'm glad for that.
What's good? What would you constitute as good?
I mean, as long as the wild Yehudis get silenced, hopefully in the end, that's the outcome we're all looking for, hopefully.
Well, that's definitely the outcome. I mean, that's why he is fulfilling this foreign policy objective. I mean, that's the objective. There's no other reason why to remove Assad from power other than to create this vast area of geography to allow these people, these Muslim fanatics, to cause a jihad in the Muslim world. I mean, I think that is the complete objective. You thin out the herd, you bankrupt Saudi Arabia and Iran, and, you continue to sustain Western civilization for a good 50 years. Or 100 years, depending on the war itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and about the North Korea thing, that's going to be even more. I think that's more exciting to hear about than Syria. Syria's the Middle East. That's just, we've been hearing about that for such a long time. All the unrest in there. I want to know more about this North Korea thing. I want to see what's going to happen there. I want to see. If there is a missile strike, I want to hear about that. I want to, take a look at how they're going to retaliate.
No, I hear you, and thank you very much for calling. Look, I personally believe that North Korea, once they're pushed, they ain't going to do nothing. I think that you've got this fat Kim Jong-un, in my opinion, is nothing more than a goddamn... He's an Asperger's kid that has literally inherited his own country. All right, I could only imagine this guy in meetings with his government and how much of a goddamn petulant child he acts when crap doesn't go his way. And the only way to rectify that, and I've said this time and time again, is a nice good beating. You give somebody a nice good beating, then then they stop talking garbage. There was a. I might as well go ahead and tell the story. There's a real-life troll type of guy. Now, the bad part about it is this guy's a little nuts, but for whatever reason, him and his father, they do this kind of YouTube video thing. It's a guy by the name of Charlie Zelenoff. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Charlie Zelenoff. This is a guy who literally, he gets a camera and has somebody hold a camera, and he'll just hang out at freaking gyms like, weightlifting gyms or boxing gyms or that sort of thing. And he'll go up to people and be like, hey, man, you want to spar or whatever the case might be? And these guys will be like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And this guy, once the gloves are on, this Charlie Zelenoff just starts wailing on these idiots and like literally punches them. And the guys are like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, what are you talking about? I thought this was sparring. And then Zelenoff will go, well, what's wrong? Are you good? You done? You good? And then usually they'll be like, yeah, I'm done. And then this idiot Zelenoff will look at the camera and be like, yeah, man, 105-0, baby. He actually believes that he's gaining a record doing this. Well, anyway, Charlie Zelenoff literally finally got the living bejesus beat out of him to the point where, they forced him to submit. And finally, he stops being this ridiculous character that thinks he's undefeatable. All right, I'm not even joking around. As a matter of fact, I think there's a small documentary about Charlie Zelenoff. I'll tweet after the show. I mean, the guy, it's funny, yet it isn't, because this idiot Zelenoff actually believes this crap. Anyway, the reason I brought up Charlie Zelenoff is because this guy is Kim Jong-un. This guy is Kim Jong-un. This guy, all Kim Jong-un needs is a nice good ass beating, and he'll shut his goddamn mouth. I'm not even joking around. He'll shut his goddamn mouth. So anyway, if y'all don't know who Charlie Zelenoff is, I mean, it's the weekend. I mean, that's a pretty funny guy to check out. I mean, to be honest with you, the guy's a sick asshole, but, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? All right, what are you going to do? Anyway, folks, listen, I mean, we got a little over 30 minutes left in the broadcast, all right? I mean, I really don't know, Oh yeah! Hey, thanks a lot. Somebody went ahead and found the documentary that I'm talking about with Charlie Zelenoff. Here it is, the Charlie Zelenoff documentary. I'm going to tweet it right now. There it is. If you want to check it out later after the broadcast, there it is. I just tweeted out right now. Go to laugh your ass off. This guy, comprised a documentary about this Charlie Zelenoff. He claims to be. Anyway, I don't want to say it. Just check it out, all right? It's funny as hell. This guy's a real-life troll, all right? In real life. IRL troll. Anyway, folks, where the hell was I, for Christ's sake? Oh, yeah, I was taking calls here. You know what? Let's go ahead and take some Twitter questions for a little bit. How about that, all right? How about that? Anybody who wants to ask a question right now, we're going to take about 10, 15 minutes of Twitter questions, and we're going to do this on this Baller Friday right now. All you got to do is tweet your questions at me, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name to follow. I'll answer questions right now. Go ahead and tweet them at me. Would you ever sniff paint with distilling? No, I wouldn't. And I think distilling he's got a lot of freaking problems if he's sniffing paint, man. All right? You got a lot of freaking problems, man. Now, once again, if you want I'll answer Twitter questions right now, baby. Answer Twitter questions. Do you secretly love Markiplier? No, I think he's a piece of trash, all right? Can you recommend a brand of tequila? Anything that is Reposado or Añejo. All right? Tequilas, they're only aged for a short period of time. I believe Añejos are aged 2 years, and Reposados are aged 1 year. If you buy any other tequila that isn't Reposado or Añejo, well, then you're buying cheap crap, all right? Then you're buying cheap crap. What is your stance on piracy? Well, who's looking? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that, all right? Anyway, let's continue going. What are your thoughts on the claims that Trump is siding with ISIS? I mean, give me a break. I mean, siding with ISIS. I mean, the United States has been siding. We're the ones who funded ISIS. We're the ones who trained ISIS, for heaven's sake, man. We're the ones who trained ISIS. What cryptocurrency would be best to mine at this moment? Well, to be honest with you, I am currently mining several different cryptocurrencies. I am mining Zcash, and I'm personally mining that. I'm not getting a whole bunch because I'm only using a GPU, but I'm still mining that and still having that coming in. I also am mining Ethereum, I'm mining Dashcoin, and I'm mining Litecoin. What do you think the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will be in 5 years? I think they're going to be rather high. I think they're going to be high within the next 2 years, possibly sooner than that. I could see Ethereum here in the next 2 years being somewhere in the range of like $500. Same with Dashcoin, same with Zcash, because these cryptocurrencies are becoming an alternative. As I stated, back during the last run in 2013 of Bitcoin was like 98% of the market, of the cryptocurrency market. So when you saw a dramatic dip after that initial wave and it just plunged, the reason is because of the dominance of Bitcoin. And, you know, when people sold, everybody sold. There was no ability to diversify your Bitcoin and put it into Zcash or put it into Ethereum. You just sold, and that's all there is to it, man. So anyway, why do you avoid cussing on an otherwise vulgar show? Because I don't like cursing in front of people, all right? I mean, I don't understand. I try to make my vulgarity around a certain PG-13 format, all right? That's all I'm saying. Vulgar show. Come on, for Christ's sake, man. Are you embarrassed that you wet your dick hole? Shut up, man. I knew I shouldn't have said that damn story, for Christ's sake. What's the best future for North Korea? A Chinese-controlled province or a unified South? I think that the North and South are wanting to reunify. Remember, these people are bounded by blood, man. You know, they're bounded by blood, and you know they haven't seen each other for a long period of time. You sold brony merch before. Why not sell furry merch? Shut up, man, all right? Just shut up! What are your thoughts on Paul Joseph Watson after last night? He's a fraud. He's a piece of trash, and you can tell him I said that. I think he's slime, you know? I think he's a reactionary, closet leftist as far as I'm concerned. He's an arrogant prick, all right? You could tell him I said that, man. You could tell him I said that! What's your favorite craft beer? Oh, man, that's a toughie there, man. My favorite craft beer? I just like German beers, man. I'm sorry. I like German beers. German beers rock. And not to mention they oblige the German purity laws, which makes it a hell of a lot better of a beer. You know what I mean? When will I have true capitalist dating service? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a very good point because, I mean, I think that, you know, people need to be hooked up with one another that are capitalists. I hear that there's dating services now that are like, you know, hooking people up based on credit card scores and shit. I mean, what the hell? Are you joking? Like, that's the whole premise of you getting together if they have a decent credit card score? I mean, give me a break, man. Give me a break. Can you red pill those normies who believe the Earth isn't flat and space exists? Well, I don't want to go there first and foremost, okay? I don't know if the Earth is... Look, I'm not saying the Earth is flat. All I'm saying is that NASA is being rather devious and deceitful in their dissemination of what space is. Now, whether we have been to space or not, who knows? I've never been to space. You know, I've never seen it, so I don't even want to have this discussion because then, you know, it's bad enough that you've got these losers that are hopping off the Trump train because of me, I, I don't like it. And then you start talking about subject matters like this, that's when you've got blowhards that are going to go, you know what, Ghost, you're stupid. I can't believe you. Stupid morons. Anyway, folks, once again, we're answering Twitter questions here. All you got to do is tweet at me a question, and I will answer it. All right, I will answer it. Once again, just tweet at the tweet account, Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. What do I think of Bill Maher? I think he's a fraud. Are you kidding me? This guy has bebopped his political philosophy just to suit his audience. All right, he's an utter fraud. He's a piece of trash. And anyone who views Bill Maher as some kind of legitimate political commentator, you're a complete moron. All right, you probably try to drown your fish. You're so goddamn stupid. All right. Yeah. If we buy enough merchandise, will you start drinking again? What the hell is that supposed to mean? If you buy enough merchandise, will I start drinking again? Why would you say something like that, man? Why would you say something like that? Good God, man. Ben Garrison turned on Trump. Well, that's not a surprise. I mean, isn't this guy, you know, they call him Zyklon Ben for a reason, you know what I'm saying, huh? I'm telling you, you're seeing the yellow belly out of all of them. All of them are acted by a bunch of yellow belly, two-bit bastards. You know what I'm saying? Two-bit bastards. Is the mainstream media Russia-Trump spin over? That's a very good point. Is it over? I don't think it is. I think now is the media's turn to spin this Syria conflict, to spin the North Korea conflict. The media does not like Trump. And the reason the media doesn't like Trump is because Trump is completely restructuring the status quo. I mean, these idiots actually believe that if they're pro-globalist, that they're going to be integral components of the globalist system, man. I just don't think that the media will ever like Trump, and the reason is because stimulus package 2. I think people need to read stimulus package 2 and all the billions that were given away from the taxpayer system to the folks that donated to the campaign contribution accounts of one Barack Obama and the Democrats. If you take a look at everybody who got paid in the stimulus package 2 and take a look at all the voices that are out here in opposition against Trump, it all comes clear now, doesn't it, boy? It all comes clear now. It all comes clear, for Christ's sake. Let's see, who else do we have going on over here? Are you a ripoff of InfoWars? Are you kidding me? InfoWars is a ripoff of me. What are you talking about? This guy rips me off on a consistent basis. What are you talking about? InfoWars ain't got nothing on me, boy. You understand that? I'm the straight political dope out here. What the hell is InfoWars besides a bunch of yellow journalism as far as I'm concerned, boy? As far as I'm concerned. What's my favorite genre of music? I don't have a favorite genre of music. I actually have a plethora, a wide selection of music, man. I actually like different kinds of music. The only music I don't like is this modern country crap. I hate modern country, man. Are you kidding me? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I was at a bar, last weekend, and I fell off the wagon. And lo and behold, I mean, some asshole went to the jukebox and, put in a bunch of shit-kicking hick, stupid dumbass, I mean, like, well, what's that stupid song? And everybody was singing it in the goddamn bar, too, like, God is great, and beer is good, and people are crazy. I mean, shut the fuck up! I hate stupid shit-kicking hick music like that, man. Like, I'm drinking a beer, and I'm missing my wife, but I'm taking a crap. I mean, I'm tired of that crap, man. I hate modern country. I think modern country is disgusting. It's a mockery of what country was derived from. I mean, it's a slap in the face of Hank Williams Sr. and Hank Williams Jr. and Hank Williams III. I hate that stupid song. God green and beer's good and people are crazy. I get that, man. Let me tell you something, man. Look, it's not even worth it. I mean, you people. Look, people are saying, "Hey, why are you talking bad about that song? That song's great." Why do you hate fiction so much? Because it's a waste of effing time. That's why I hate fiction so much. It's a waste of time, a waste of life, a waste of time and energy. That's why. Jesus Christ, man. What's your favorite game show, past or present? Probably, I miss the dating shows. That's what I mean. All that whole dating show stuff, I miss that, and I miss the whole talk show stuff. I remember back in the 90s, you could watch talk shows from like 6 in the morning till like 9 at night. There was talk shows every goddamn hour, man. I mean, you had the Ricky Lake Show, you had the freaking Jenny Jones Show, Sally Jesse Raphael Show, the Jerry Springer Show, the Maury Povich Show, remember the Charles Perez Show, you had the Geraldo Show, you had, what else you had? I mean, you had so many goddamn shows, man. But I do like the dating shows, too. I miss those dating shows. As a matter of fact, for you millennials out here that don't know how to talk to a woman, why don't you watch old episodes of Blind Date? How about that? Why don't you go watch episodes of Blind Date and learn what not to say, when not to say it to a woman, okay? Because let me tell you something about Blind Date, the show. Every time you could sense that the guy was, getting in on the good side of the woman and, loosening her up. And then at the most inopportune time, it never fails. It never fails that these idiots, what do they do? They start talking about sex. They start talking about sex, and then that's when the women are like, and they're turned off. They're turned off. So I'm just saying, I think that would be a decent show for some of you people that want to, learn how to talk to a goddamn woman, all right? We've got, Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, who will win? I think it depends on what kind of fight it is, but my money is on Conor McGregor because I just hate Mayweather. I think he's, I'm not saying that he sucks. I get his fighting style. He's quick. He dodges and moves. I get it, but it's a boring-ass fight, and I hate boring fights like that. And I like McGregor because he's confident and he doesn't let anything defeat him. And if he is defeated like he was in the Diaz fight, he comes back and avenges it. You know what I mean? Comes back and avenges it. Anyway, folks, let's continue going. I'm only going to take a couple more of these, and then we're going to move on to a small portion of Radio Graffiti on this Baller Friday. How often do old people have sex? They have sex a lot more than you young people, that's for sure. You know what was a good joke? There was this movie called Half-Baked that was directed and written by, I don't think it was directed, I think it was written by Dave Chappelle. And in this movie, they're like talking to, Willie Nelson. And I don't want to tell you the context in which they're talking, but Willie Nelson turns to Dave Chappelle and he goes, man, you know how much condoms used to cost back in the day? And Dave Chappelle goes, no, how much? And he goes, I don't know, I never used them. And the reason is because, man, I mean, you know, before the AIDS, you know, before all the weird-ass diseases, man, I mean, all the baby boomers, man, I mean, they had the sexual revolution, swingers, and orgies, threesomes. I mean, did you all remember Real Sex, that show on HBO back in the fucking 90s? Y'all remember that? Real Sex? I mean, that's the freaking baby boomers right there, man. So you want to, you know, try to make fun of old people and how much they're screwing. They're screwing a hell of a lot more than a lot of you young people. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. They're getting a lot. They're getting a lot more than you. I'll tell you that right damn now. Anyway, once again, I'm gonna go ahead and answer a couple more of these Twitter questions, and then we're gonna go ahead and take Radio Graffiti right now. Who else do we have here? We've got what's your favorite Polish dish? I don't know. I've never had any kind of Polish dish, unfortunately. You know. Oh, look who it is. It's Eeyore. He said, whatever, you're being such a stuck-up, dried-up, alcoholic, crippled Jew. Oh, yeah? It's better than being,
oh, yeah, Ghost. I don't know how to do eBay, Ghost. Can somebody help me? Because I'm going to be an animal doctor. I'm going to be Pet Ace Ventura. Stupid idiot, man. You see, why does God let idiots like this on the earth continue to live? Seriously. I'm telling you, hey, Eeyore, your parents should be neutered. And they should be fined for producing a disgusting, ignorant piece of man-child human protoplasm like yourself. Seriously, you're a waste of life. Everybody and anybody who's actually talked to you can pretty much gather this. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, what's your favorite horror movie? Man, that's a very good one, man. I'm a horror. I like the Amityville Horror, the original one, and I like some of the original Friday the 13th. I like the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought the original Nightmare on Elm Street was pretty good. I like some of these old horror flicks, man. I mean, they were pretty good back in the day. Pretty good back in the day. Anyway, once again, let's continue going. I'm only going to take a couple more of these. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take two more questions, then we're going to move on to Radio Graffiti, for Christ's sake. Have I watched Child's Play? Yeah, that's Chucky, right? I actually have the whole collection, man. I actually thought that Child's Play was kind of freaky, and then they took the whole goddamn franchise into a kind of a comedic, macabre type of direction, which I very much appreciated. I thought Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, you know, I like that. I've seen Jaws, yes. What do I think of Star Wars? I don't know, man. I don't want to offend anybody, for Christ's sake, man. I don't want to offend anybody out here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the Twitter questions. I want to thank everybody for participating. I am hearing that I am trending in some people's trends, so that's pretty good. So much props to everybody who is listening to me and actually tweeting at me and creating a trend of Politics Ghost. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti! That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, a part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you gotta do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. When I call on your area code, you got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. And by the way, folks, you trolls that love and appreciate Radio Graffiti, I will be on the air tomorrow for the Saturday Night Troll Show at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow we are going to put on the My Kids, baby! My Kids merch. All right, we're going to put on plenty of My Kids merch so that people that are out there listening can gather some of this so that they can have a third hour. Can you believe they want a third hour on the Saturday Night Troll Show? I mean, it's a 2-hour show. They want a third hour. So anyway, do we got any goddamn Radio Graffiti callers there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Radio Graffiti right now. All right, how about anonymous Radio Graffiti? We've got pylons, Radio Graffiti. On Saturday, went out perusing the bar scene out here in San Antonio. Give me another beer! Uh-oh. Oh, my. You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! You're shooting at my Baller Friday! You're shooting at my Baller Friday, you son of a bitch! You're shooting at my Baller Friday with this crap, man! Good God! Take about 10 steps away from my freaking butt crack! Give me the mic! Give me the mic! Jesus Christ, man, you're fruiting up for Christ's sake, man. You're fruiting up! Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Yeah, you're a Helen Keller deaf mute, you son of a bitch. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I mean, what the hell is this, man? Get it straight! 360 Radio Graffiti.
Hello, Gus. This is Charles again from yesterday.
How's it going?
Hey, I already asked about Tony Romo. How do you feel about Dak Prescott?
Dak Prescott has actually got some skills to pay the bills, man. And same with that running back, too. I think they're the future of the Dallas Cowboys, baby. All right, I'm glad that Tony Homo is gone. How about anonymous Radio Graffiti?
My name is Cleveland.
Well, unfortunately, you've got a cheap-ass, dumb, ridiculous 2-bit 386 SX computer, and we can't hear you, so shove it up your cooter. 352 Radio Graffiti. Twilly Atkins Radio Graffiti.
I am Princess Molestia, and I love ghosts. Hello, my sexy ghost. I want your baby.
Oh, yeah. I want to screw your stupid idiot Dankosaurus slut bag. Phony ass off, and I know he can do it. I know he can do it. What the hell was that? What the hell was that, man? Damn Twilly Atkins, you bitch horse! Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Ban the Arabian Prince. Ban the Arabian Prince. Ban the Arabian Prince. Ban the Arabian Prince.
All right, then shut him up. Get him out of here. Good God, man. 505 Radio Graffiti. All right. Get it straight, man. Jesus Christ. Stupid morons. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
My name is Free.
That's great. How about Distilling Huffer Capitalist, whatever, Radio Graffiti?
Hey, bud, I just sent you a link on Twitter, mate, to a video. I think you need to check it out and play it over the air. Oh, that's good news.
Then stop sniffing paint, please, man, all right? Stop sniffing paint. What the hell is this?
They call him Ball. He's a ball. Ball nigga. They call him Ball. He's a ball. Ball nigga. Yeah, what up, dog? Money being lost just cause. Whatever the cause just cause. But it's your credo. Even if the outcome's legal. So you will outgun squeeze no matter.
Wait, hold on just a wait. Whoa. Did somebody actually use that as a hook to a rap song? You know what? I'm done. Give me a break. You gotta be joking. Somebody used that as a hook to a rap song, man. I mean, good God. Oh, my gosh. You son of a bitch. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. They used that for a rap hook. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
I am proud to be right back in my...
All right, that's great. How about 530 Radio Graffiti?
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. It's on, beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
I mean, what the hell is this, metal beer now? Metal beer for National Beer Day. That's just great. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, well, how about, let's go somewhere else. How about 352 Radio Graffiti? Pervert to Pervert Radio Graffiti.
Guess who, Ghost? I was just wondering if I could give your son a purple nurple on his penis. Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, shut up, you sick, twisted prick. I hope you get cancer of the cock because you're pushing that narrative on this damn broadcast. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I am the leader of blacks right now. Kick the crap out of everybody who says, World Star!
Oh. Yo.
World Star!
You son of a bitch. Shut up, you racist ass! You racist! You racist bastard! You son of a bitch! You're ruining my Baller Friday! All of your co-parents and cybervermin, screw you! Screw you! Screw you! Jesus Christ, man! Go shove it up your ass! Give me the mic! You son of a bitch! 614 AM Graffiti!
Fuck you, Texas, and fuck you, Lone Star Bear. Fuck that fucking Alamo and the fucking Longhorn State. Fuck every Dallas cowboy that ever draw the breath. Fuck you, Texas.
That's great. All right, that's just fucking great. I'm not into all that. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I'm not into all that. How about 352 Radio Graffiti?
What's going on between me and Morty's personal, all right?
Are you kidding me?
I'll take you a trip to the woodshed, boy.
You're a monster. You're like Hitler, but even Hitler cared about drugs.
I take you a trip to the woodshed, boy. You like that? I ain't made a man of you yet, boy.
I don't want to do this.
You like that?
Uh-oh.
Time to take out the trash.
No!
And that's the way the news goes.
Oh, man.
You know what? That's it, you fruity bastard. You son of a bitch! You're gonna ruin my baller party!
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And we are done. That is it, folks. That is today's Ball Friday of the True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio number 487. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, I want to make this very quick because I want to actually tune into something special that's going to happen in the next 5 minutes happening at the BN Theater. I'll tell you that after I get the shout outs here. So let me get down to the nitty gritty and let me just I want to thank everybody for coming out, and also make sure you're following me on Twitter at the Radio Network or Politics Ghost, as well as if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, as I do TCR shows every day, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and of course I'll do the Saturday Night Tro show happening Saturdays, which is tomorrow, because today's Friday, 5:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and of course 3:30 p.m. Pacific for anyone who listens to West Coast. All right, so I'm going to give some quick shout-outs here before I say something special at the very end, so stay tuned. How did you get this? There's pretty much YouTube people, you're going to have to be active right now, but first I'm going to take the BN Theater chat room, so let's do this right now. So we got Dr. Demento, This is Sparta, Tinsa's Capitalist, All Yes, we got Backturd, Bob, Tom, Brony, Jeremy, Bumbles, Christopher 1, Chrome Thunder, Cole, DC Sensei, Doom Man 98, Earthquake 87, we got Edgar, Gabe the 13th, Gitama, we got Honey Badger 32, 12, What's Up 12, Leon Kiwiski, we got Kelxia, Brony Drumming who left, we got Noah 3608, Plexi, or What's Up Plex, we got Scarlet Moon, TCU Gaming, we got Eris Quinn, we got, who else we have? Cunt Tips, we got Dr. Brisso, we got Durango, Flyer, Haruka Takashi, Meowth Rocket, and Nasibui. I can't say the last one. So I know who you are. All right, so let's move on over to the YouTube channel. We got B4, Bobby, Cloggett, Chara, CK Smith 08, Crispy Toast, Daddy Boom 1, Jacob Green. We got Keith, Proxmeyer Jr., Loco, Martin Cruz, Mask Pony. We got Nathan Long, PK the Hedgehog, PCGSV, Rui G, Ryan Sanchez, Sarkaz, Space Ghost, the Cynical Bronies official YouTube page. We got Michael Fowler. We got Victoria Versario, X-Drain 93, and Zygarde Rumble. And that's pretty much everybody. And that I said, so what's up, everybody? If I missed your name, of course, I'm going to have to say thanks for coming out. If I missed your name, but then shout out to whoever came. Anyways, I want to start this up quickly because this show starts in the next 2 minutes. Guys, if you're in the YouTube channel, head over to the BN Theater. We're going to play a very special let me give a bigger shout out to Radio Molly. She's doing a broadcast, and I'm going to be not really streaming. I'm just going to have it her stream embedded to my site over to the BN Theater. If you want to listen in, it's kind of like TCR. She's a very entertaining that I will highly recommend to actually listen in. She's a very highly entertained talk show host. kind of like Ghost does, but in a more different kind of way, but very fun too. And of course, she does this little segment called, she takes calls, some serious business, sometimes funny business. Kind of like Ghost, like Grady Graffiti, but more differently. But I highly recommend just to check it out. I'm gonna embed it to my channel over to BN Theater, or you can listen to the direct link. That's gonna be posted right below the links, or I will post it on my Twitter account at the Burning Network, and I do hope I see you guys there. Anyways, guys, that's it for the stream, guys. Thank you guys once again for coming out tonight. We're having a movie playing. We're playing The Devil's Advocate, starting in at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, playing at BN Theater. That's going to be happening right after the Molly show, of course. So first, I will see you guys over there to the BN Theater. Once again, YouTube people, it's the links in the description if you want to know where the BN Theater is. It's first link. Click on it, and I'll see you guys there. And also, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Saturday tour show or on the next TCR broadcast. You have a good weekend, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.